Mama Mavis, oh mama, they try my patience. Is gone, who is left to save us? We mourn, I'm praying for my neighbors. They say the devil's at work and is calling favors. You say I'm dangerous, I speak for the nameless. I fly with the vultures, I be with them bangers. If change don't come, then the change won't come. If the bands make them dance, then the rain gon' come.
Am I passing to the light? Look into your eyes. All the world is out of your head. You got to die in bitter life if you want to live. Change come to pass. You best be ready for it.
Something out the country fears about to change its form. Yeah, it's a shift in time, but I won't get tired at all.
What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 736 of Community Universe Mode. Live a few days earlier than expected, but hey, the schedule cleared up today and I figured, why the hell not? Let's get it on, guys. Regicide, it is finally here and I cannot wait. I'm just salivating at the thought of jumping right into the action. And what a better way to kick things off here. This mega card, so much to be excited for. The Women's Battle Royal, of course, our main event going to be a Royal Rumble for the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Guys, it is here. Finally, the end of Jason Spade's reign as Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. If he somehow leaves Regicide tonight still champion, I will eat my shoes. No longer do we have to live under such a pathetic scum like Jason Spade. A true champion will be crowned tonight, and if God is good, it will be Ace Reeves. But honestly, at this point, I think we'll take just about anybody but Jason Spade. After what he pulled earlier this week on Supremacy, Chris Adams being corrupted, turning on the family, what Paul Devine did to Tam Harris, unspeakable. But first, we see which woman will endure and head to next month's Validation, our second biggest show of the year, for a women's championship opportunity. 20 women from the CMV roster about to step into the ring. And of course, if you're not familiar with a Royal Rumble Battle Royal type matchup, first of all, where you been? Living under a rock? The rules are pretty simple. Every few seconds, another superstar will enter after number 1 and 2 start things off. That'll keep on going until the last woman enters, who we now know will be Janet Tor at number 20 after she won that Battle Royal earlier this week on Supremacy to earn the right. And the only way to be eliminated is to get tossed over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. No pinfalls, guys, no submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications. And the last woman standing gets that championship opportunity, and we know that the women's champion herself, Danielle Davis, guys, will be in this match after retaining in that chaotic, unforgettable Iron Woman match against Joy Justice just a few nights ago on Supremacy. And if Danielle Davis wins this Battle Royal, she will earn the right to hand-pick her challenger for Validation. Big threat. Is Danielle Davis in this match, but as we see, the former Women's Intercontinental Champion and Women's Hardcore Champion Angelina Hawkins going to start things off, and kicking it off with her is none other than the newcomer Nova at number 2, guys. And man, what a singles debut for this gal earlier this week on Crossfire against Subject Miasma. Really showed us all what she's worth. Fought until she couldn't any longer. Tailcoat Val getting involved, and Miasma was victorious. But man, Nova, she earned a whole lot of fans, including myself, with that performance. Can she go the distance? Do something that's never been done before in CMV history? Enter at either number 1 or 2 and win the whole thing? I have $52 in my checking account, so I have you beat there, so a bit richer than you. So here we go, guys. This match is going to begin with Angelina Hawkins and Nova. And soon after, somebody else will join them. That'll keep on going until everybody has entered. And we have ourselves a new number 1 contender. Of course, Joy Justice not going to be in this match, we know. She cannot have another shot at the Women's Championship so long as Danielle Davis is champion. And so Joy Justice forced to sit in the back and watch as she prepares to support her brother Bloody Justice later on tonight, who may finally break the glass ceiling and become global champion. Of course, triple threat match for the global championship tonight, guys. Schmitty defense against Bloody Justice and Josh Wolf. Imagine if Nova does this, guys. She may instantaneously, within a couple of weeks of her debut, make herself one of the biggest female competitors in CMV today. Here we go, number 3, set to enter as Hawkins goes after the legs. Of course, submissions cannot be utilized to make eliminations in this match, but Hawkins doing what she does best. As number 3, guys, we see is going to be Angela. Her and Angelina Hawkins have a bit of history as partners. And Nova, guys, unfortunately not going to be making history. Probably still feeling the effects of that match with Miasma. She is eliminated rather quickly by Angelina Hawkins. And so there goes a big crowd favorite already eliminated. Slap by Angela. Seems like whatever friendship these two may have had at one point no longer existent. Any sort of respect has to go out the window, or at least has to be put on hold in a match like this. Can't afford to let emotions get in the way. More than anything, this is an endurance contest. Especially for these two. If they want to end up winning, they've got to go pillar to post. Who's going to be number 4 now? As Angelina Hawkins might be joining Nova. She is. Angelina Hawkins, guys, has been eliminated now. There goes number 1 and 2. As number 4 is going to be Cynthia Grimm, who holds a victory over Angela a couple of weeks ago. Grimm, who burst out of the scene towards the end of last season with a win over Riley Van Wilson. Another young upstart. Angela with a widow's peak. And it's hard to really talk about any strategy with certainty in a match like this. I mean, you can always try to avoid your opponents. Of course, you can't when it's one-on-one like this, but let your opponents sort of beat each other up, and then when you see an opportunity, take it, try to stay out of the way. And there goes Cynthia Grimm, guys, as Angela pulls down the top rope, and Grimm eliminated with her own momentum. Angela now with 2 eliminations as she waits for number 5. And number 5 going to be one half of Party Hardcore. Cinnamon coming out into the Women's Battle Royal. And currently Angela is dominating. Big shot to the chest, excuse me. Got multiple former women's champions in this match. And of course, the current women's champion herself, Danielle Davis. It's tough to call, but with Janet Tor having the number 20 position, she has to be an odds-on favorite for any betting man. In CMV history, those who have entered last or near last have won more often than not. Tor earning that right. She was victorious in an 8-woman battle royal earlier this week on Supremacy. Oh, Cinnamon saying, "You can't see me." As here we go. We're finally going to have more than 2 people in the ring as number 6 is Elizabeth Quinn. We have not seen since near the start of the Pack Challenge match on Crossfire, so we haven't gotten to see a whole lot of this rookie. Maybe she can shock us all here tonight. Elizabeth Quinn going to go right after Cinnamon. Now turns her attention to Angela, who's ready. Driving Quinn face first down onto her knee. Will we see the ring start to fill up? Angela currently been in there the longest, entering at number 3. She has 2 eliminations. Perhaps some more records will be broken tonight. This is the first time we've ever had a big women's battle royal like this. But the men later on tonight are our main event. Oh, hang on, Elizabeth Quinn might be going to the back. No, Cinnamon's not quick enough. Seven guys, look at this, it's gonna be Peaches. The pseudo tag team partner of Angela, the 2 of them working together earlier this week on Supremacy in that triple threat tornado tag team match to no avail. And immediately she tells Cinnamon to kiss her derriere. But of course, Peaches debuted in that triple threat match that Angela and Cynthia Grimm are also part of. That match won by Grimm, who's already been eliminated by Angela. Peaches, though, much like every other woman in this match, hoping to earn a women's championship match next month at Validation, our second biggest show of the year, the Battle of the Brands. I mean, we already know Supremacy is gonna win. And Peaches, seems like Angela is not looking out for any of her quote-unquote friends tonight. She eliminated Angelina Hawkins and now Peaches. And that is 3 eliminations for Angela. Now rolls by the bottom rope. Great strategy there by Angela. She can't be eliminated because remember, you got to get thrown over the top rope. And number 8, guys, the other half of Party Hardcore, it's Scotty Tuthati. And will these 2 work together to try and eliminate the rest of the field? Scotty Tuthati going to pander to these fans. They do love seeing her. Elbow to the knee, gonna back Scotty Tuthati into the corner. Nice counter though, and using those long legs to kick at the knees and midsection of Elizabeth Quinn. Angela has taken the Cinnamon Challenge, and she is enduring thus far, but maybe not for much longer, able to escape off the ropes. And here comes Scotty Tuthati to help out her tag team partner. So it looks like these 2 are going to work together, at least in the meantime. Look at Angela, though, slapping the holy hell out of Scotty Tuthati. And Scotty Tuthati eliminated, guys. 4 eliminations now for Angela, who entered at number 3. And we await the arrival of number 9. And it's going to be, hang on, Angela eliminated, and that's a shame. You hate to see it entering at number 3. 4 eliminations, but she is now gone, as at number 9, Shout another opportunity. She and RVW telling each other, can't hold back at Regicide. Hopefully one of us will earn the women's championship match. But you saw how upset RVW got on Supremacy when Shawarong eliminated her from that battle royal. So now Facebuster currently, Elizabeth Quinn dominating the ring. She's backing into the corner. What's she thinking about here? Will this be a coming out party for Elizabeth Quinn? And who will be number 10? We are going to be halfway through the field, guys. It's the women's champion. It's Danielle Davis, guys. Fresh off her instant classic Iron Woman match with Joy Justice earlier this week in the main event of Supremacy, where she retained the women's championship. Now she's got Joy Justice off her back. She can focus here tonight. Remember, if she wins, she will have the right to hand pick her challenger for Validation. Still a long way for her to go, though. And you got to imagine she's not at 100% too. Joy Justice may have lost, but she took a big chunk out of Davis in the process. 10 women left to enter. Only one will be left standing tall when the dust settles. Belly-to-belly suplex by Cinnamon, whose tag team partner Scotty Chudati has already been eliminated. Uh-oh, Cinnamon gonna catch a neck breaker at the hands of Xiao Rong, who will be number 11. Number 11, guys, gonna be Spice Rock. The partner running into the ring. Oh man, big elbow drop to the back of Elizabeth Quinn's head. I was about to say the partner of Sugar Bay Stevenson. Much like the woman who's trying to eliminate her, hasn't had a lot of screen time, and you know she's desperate to prove herself here and maybe, just maybe, earn a women's championship opportunity. She's going right after Cinnamon. Could be a double elimination here, as Quinn does the smart thing, letting everybody else go after each other while she rests up. Oh, Cinnamon! Cinnamon is teetering, but fights to get back into the ring. Don't count out Cinnamon. That ring is filling up now. Who's going to be number 12? Danielle Davis. I don't know who the hell she was going for there. Rami Young! It is Rami Young, guys, who is still reeling after her failure to capture the Women's Hardcore Championship. And battle scars, and there goes Cinnamon, eliminated by the Women's Champion Danielle Davis. Guys, Rami Young, a former Women's Championship contender, has not had a shot in a very long time. And there goes Spice Rock, eliminated by Young, the NG Dub alum. Both Cinnamon and Spice Rock eliminated, as Rami Young with a power slam there to Elizabeth Quinn. Quinn has now been in that ring the longest. Up against the ropes. Slingshot sends Quinn back into the middle of the ring. You can see Spice Rock heading to the back. We could get a Globo. Oh, moves out of the way though, does Quinn. That's dangerous for Danielle Davis to go up to the top rope in a match like this. So easily you can just be pushed off and fall to the outside. But who is going to be 13? Oh, former two-time women's champion, a serious threat in this match, guys. Kelsey Hayes. It came down to she and Janet Tor in that battle royal earlier this week on Supremacy. And of course, she was eliminated by Tor for Tor to earn the 20th spot in this battle royal, giving her the best odds. Hayes wants to become the first ever three-time women's champion, not to let anyone stand in her way. Quinn again rolling under the bottom rope, and there goes Xiao Rong, guys, eliminated, and you can't help but to feel bad for Xiao Rong failing to cash in. Magnificent Six, and now eliminated from the women's battle royal yet again. She has to start from the bottom if she wants that women's championship match she oh so desires. And you can see her reaction. She is heartbroken. Kelsey Hayes in trouble at the hands of Elizabeth Quinn. Rami Young and Danielle Davis exchanging blows. Who is going to be number 14? Amy Winters, former Women's Intercontinental Champion. There goes Elizabeth Quinn, guys, eliminated by Kelsey Hayes. Great performance by Quinn. She lasted quite a long time. And there goes Danielle Davis, eliminated by Rami Young. Now that has got to be the biggest elimination yet, and maybe the biggest one we will see in this match. Danielle Davis has been eliminated, and Amy Winters might not be long for this match as Rami Young and Kelsey Hayes try to work together here. So Danielle Davis will not be handpicking her opponent for validation, but I'm sure she'll be watching from the back to see who will be the new #1 contender for her championship. Rami Young on a tear right now. Look who's in that ring, though. Two veterans in Rami Young and Amy Winters, and a two-time women's champion in Kelsey Hayes. We still got quite a few women to enter this match. We know Janet Tor will be number 20. Here we go, number 15. After this, only 5 women will be left to enter. Amber Reed, guys, this is my pick. I know I'm supposed to be unbiased, but Amber Reed is my pick. She has been deadly as of late. And there goes Rami Young, guys, eliminated by Amy Winters via a nasty super kick. And that sucks because Rami Young was doing real good in this match, eliminating Xiaorong and women's champion Danielle Davis, but it is not her night. Amber Reed coming off of a singles victory against Lexi Moniz, a tag team victory alongside Janet Tor, but she couldn't win that battle royal earlier this week on Supremacy to get the number 20 position. And I'm not too sure what Kelsey Hayes is doing here right now with Amy Winters. Seems like she's thinking about eliminating her, but not entirely sure if that's what she wants to do, while Amber Reed is perfectly content to just watch, I guess. Anyway, here comes number 16. Hopefully, this will snap Kelsey Hayes out of her momentary... I don't even know what to call that. And number 16, guys, another favorite. After her victory over Ashley Rain earlier this week on Crossfire, man, what a match that was. If you didn't see it, I suggest going back and checking it out after Regicide is done with. Absolute 5-star encounter between the two. And Riley Van Wilson, at least she doesn't have to worry about Xiaorong eliminating her again in this match, because Xiaorong has already been eliminated. I might have to. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. It looks like Amber Reed and Riley Van Wilson are trying to figure out exactly what the hell is going on. All right, let me fix this real quick. It's times like this when you really appreciate the fact that they put in controller assignment. Truly a lifesaver. It's not letting me move around. That's not a good sign. Try being Amy. Oh no, I think they're frozen. I think they're glitched. I guess all we can do is hope that they get unfrozen. If not, then I'll just have to maybe at the end of this match make another match, like a triple threat, with them two and whoever survives, and that'll have to be the finals. You gotta work with what you're given, right? What are you gonna do, brother? Hopefully maybe someone will attack them, though, and they'll be unfrozen. They're shooting! They're shooting to get to the finals of this match. Hell of a strategy. It's going to work. And here we go. Number 17, guys. Going to be Mae Felix, the young upstart, who has been red hot since arriving at the start of this season. 1/3 of Project Psycho, who we know later on tonight will defend their Unified World Tag Team titles against Cowboys from Hell, but right now they're in the locker room rooting on their gal. This is really an all-star ring at the moment. Amy Winters, Kelsey Hayes, Riley Van Wilson, Amber Reed, and Mae Felix. 2 of these women. Oh, there we go. Yes! Riley Van Wilson saving the day. Can I get a woo-woo for Riley Van Wilson, the MVP? 2 of these women are former champions. Uh-oh, Riley Van Wilson. Oh, she saved the day, and then she gets eliminated as a prize. You truly hate to see it. RVW may have been the favorite of many in the CMV universe. I'm still pulling for Amber Reed. I know a lot of people have their chips in the corner of Janet Tor. As here comes Miasma at 18, guys, and entering so late. Is that the luck of the draw, or did Tailcoat Val have something to do with it? Can't help but ask that question. It's kind of necessary when it comes to Tailcoat Val. Amy Winter's going to throw May Felix into the corner. May Felix, just a couple of months here in CMV, she holds a win over former hardcore champion Angelina Hawkins, former women's champion Joy Justice. Wasn't able to make the most of that women's hardcore championship opportunity, though, at Battle Scars last month. You know she's not going to let this slip through her fingers so easily. Number 19, we know number 20 will be Janet Tor. Jasmine Crossings, guys, as there goes May Felix taken out by go. Jasmine Crossings at 19. We know Janet Tor is coming in at 20. So that's going to be our final 6. Kelsey Hayes, Amy Winters, Amber Reed, Subject Miasma, Jasmine Crossings, but Amber Reed almost taken out by the animalistic Miasma. Amber Reed now going to turn the tables, and Amy Winters has her aspirations cut short. She's been around for so long, has yet to be women's champion, but unfortunately for her, that struggle is going to continue. Miasma, though, might be heading up the ramp with her. Yes, Subject Miasma has been eliminated. And here comes the favorite, Janet Tor, the cleaner of the women's division, earning the 20th spot here earlier this week on Supremacy when she won that micro battle royal. She's got everything on her side right now. Momentum at an all-time high. Tor has been so close to that women's championship on multiple occasions. She has never had the opportunity to hold it, though. Final 4. 2-time women's champion Kelsey Hayes, Amber Reed, Jasmine Crossings, a veteran of the women's division here in CMV, and Janet Tor, who is going to earn a shot at Danielle Davis in the Women's Championship next month. At Validation, will it be Kelsey Hayes, a woman she knows very well? And actually, it was last year's Validation where Danielle Davis beat Kelsey Hayes to win her first women's title. Will it be Janet Tor, a woman she's had many run-ins with? Only a few weeks ago, they had an awesome match on Crossfire. Will it be Amber Reed? I don't believe their paths have crossed. That would be a first-time matchup, and that would be a match I would not mind seeing. Or will it be Jasmine Crossings, guys, who at the start of this season staked her claim? She said, I will be women's champion this season, and nothing will stand in my way. She's been picking up a lot of victories lately. What a performance she had towards the start of the season in that six-pack challenge. A recent win against Kelsey Hayes. Any one of these 4 would be a tough challenge for Danielle Davis. But it looks like it's not going to be Jazzy. Eliminated by Janet Tor. And Kelsey Hayes is looking to do the same to Amber Reed here. And this would be apropos if Kelsey Hayes can eliminate Amber Reed. Oh, but Amber's not having it. Because, of course, earlier this week on Supremacy, it came down to Kelsey Hayes and Janet Tor in the micro battle royal. But Amber Reed, been in there the longest now, taking no prisoners. And Amber, with a fire in her eyes, looks to strike deep with the complete shot. Calls herself the ace of the women's division. She came into this season with a killer's mindset. Absolutely ruthless. Kelsey Hayes might not last much longer, guys. Janet Torres just waiting in the wings, and why not? That's what I would do if I were in a match like this. Kelsey, much like earlier this week on Supremacy, might be eliminated at the hands of Janet Torres. Is Amber Reed gonna help? Amber Reed's gonna help! And these two together might be able... No, Kelsey Hayes fights. These three are giving it their all to become #1 contender. Janet Torres taking a step back. Entering at number 20 and now playing it safe. That backpack stunner has Amber Reed out of sorts right now. She's seeing stars. "20 women have entered. Only one will remain. One of these three." Kelsey Hayes knows what it's like to be to the top of the mountain. She's a 2-time women's champion. Janet Torres has nearly been there on a couple of occasions. And Amber Reed in CMV, this is the closest she has ever been. And she sees the moment. Give Danielle Davis a fresh challenge for validation. Oh, Claymore just about takes the head off of Janet Torres. And Kelsey Hayes gonna attack. Blindsiding Amber Reed. Taking her to the ropes. Amber Reed stops her short though. Says, "I don't think so." Here comes Torres out of nowhere with a shoulder tackle. Catches that forearm smash. Standing drop kick by the boss of the women's division. Does she have the cleaner dead to rights? Catches the kick. Nice sweep. And that's what Torres wants. A sweep here at Regicide. She might get it. In the corner. Big trouble. Kelsey Hayes counters out though. And Torres now in a bad position. Kelsey Hayes can't seem to get a proper angle on her though. Forward Russian leg sweep by Torres, who seems to be exhausted. Remember what I said earlier, this is an endurance contest. Nothing less, nothing more. And if Torres, who entered at number 20, is already tired, imagine how the other two are feeling. But still, they are not giving up. Backpack stunner now to Torres. As Amber Reed waits in the corner. Steps out of the way of that crossbody. Cheeky little jab. Gets a hook to the jaw. Uh-oh. Amber Reed might be saying goodbye. No. She ain't out of the woods yet, though. And the double team. Can Amber Reed hang on? Or will the combined efforts of Kelsey Hayes and Janet Torres be too much? No! I am super impressed with all three women here. Oh, Janet Torres eliminated just like that. Torres has been eliminated. She did not see Kelsey Hayes coming. Payback for Kelsey Hayes after Torres eliminated her on Supremacy. And here we go. Is it a woman that Danielle Davis knows very well in Kelsey Hayes? Or a new challenge in the dangerous Amber Reed? Danielle Davis got to be watching in the back right now on the edge of her seat. Going after the knees. Amber Reed wiping the sweat from her eyes. Oh, seatbelt suplex. She is doing tons of damage right now, but don't forget, the only way she can eliminate Kelsey Hayes is to throw her over that top rope. There's no pins, no submissions. I think she knows that, though. Amber Reed, does she have this match won? Yes, she does! Amber Reed is the winner of the Women's Battle Royal here at Regicide. Amber Reed has earned herself a Women's Championship opportunity next month at Validation. Amber Reed, Danielle Davis, it will be. What a match, and especially when it got down to the final three there. Nobody was given in, but Amber Reed endures, and now the killer, the ace of the women's division, has her opportunity at the big gold. Is far from finished, though, my fine feathered friends. In fact, it is only just beginning, because we now have a stacked card before, of course, the main event, the Royal match for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Jason Spade stands no chance. Finally, CMV will be brought into a new era. You will all see the light. Coming up first, following that awesome Women's Battle Royal, the CMV International Championship is on the line, guys, as great center Shay Hoxton is set to take on Pierre Thompson. Now, you know what? I know that earlier this week on Supremacy, before their scheduled match, Shay Hoxton attacked Pierre Thompson from behind, and yes, Pierre Thompson ended up beating Hoxton. But I believe that he gave Pierre Thompson such a great fight that he still earned a shot at the International Championship. And to be honest with you, that was a bad call by Murphy. The match shouldn't have continued. It should have been postponed for here tonight at Regicide. I mean, Hoxton attacked her from behind, but Hoxton wasn't at 100% either. You know what I mean? But Hoxton's a great guy. I mean, he serves the state of Nevada so well. And how is he able to balance that and CMV? I just don't know. It takes a great man to accomplish something like that. And you know what? He deserves the shot here tonight. The opportunity to become a three-time international champion, join that extremely short list of superstars who have accomplished the goal, including the man he challenges tonight, Pierre Thompson. Randy Borton also on that list. And I gotta say, you know, over the last couple of months, I've said a lot of things about Shay Hoxton that I didn't entirely mean, you know. I didn't have all the evidence. I didn't have all the facts. I was swept up in the commotion, the media buzz, spreading these lies, these rumors about Hoxton, but really, we don't have any viable proof. On the outside, Hoxton is a great American, and we're just lucky to have him here in CMV. Senator Shea Hoxton, who along with Pierre Thompson and the rest of the Supremacy roster guys will be a part of our main event tonight, that Royal Rumble for the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Hoxton could leave Regicide tonight as a double champion. Interesting to note that a couple of years ago, these two were in the exact same position. They were fighting for the International Championship on the same card that there was also a Royal Rumble match, Absolution. And on that night, Shea Hoxton could not take the International Championship from Pierre Thompson, but a month later at Homecoming in a Fatal 4-Way, he did accomplish that goal, winning his first international title. The former Unified World Tag Team Champion now is on the hunt for his third taste of the International Championship. I mean, what a smart man. He always has a backup plan. He and Slate lost the Unified World Tag Team titles, and he knew that with Slate being drafted to Crossfire, they would not be able to re-challenge for the titles after the Tag Team Cup in Tokyo, Japan, and so he made sure that he had something on the horizon, a shot at the International Championship here tonight against Pierre Thompson. That's a thinking man. And that's why he's in office. That's why he won that election. The people can see it. This is the kind of guy you want at the helm. Much like he's bringing the state of Nevada into a golden era, he wants to bring CMV into a golden era. The same thing that I want, that Ace Reeves wants. You know, I think Shea Hoxton would be a great member of my family. He knows that Jason Spade doesn't deserve to be Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. And Pierre Thompson kind of reminds me of Jason Spade. Nothing personal, but I think CMV would be much better off with a man like Senator Shea Hoxton holding the International Championship. But one cannot deny the role that Thompson has been on this season. Has been absolutely on fire. At Christmas Clash, he won a Battle Royal, and then on the same night, took the International Championship from Los Finos Vitales. And he has had an ironclad grip on that title, defending it against Hayden at Wild Card. His only loss this season comes against Jaden Shadow, and that's because Shea Hoxton got involved. Not that I'm blaming Hoxton, mind you. I mean, he had every right to get involved. Pierre Thompson might be coming into this match with a win against Shea Hoxton earlier this week on Supremacy, but neither men were at 100%. Said before, Murphy really shouldn't have let that match begin. He should have called it off, but well, Murphy isn't exactly the best at his job, as we've seen in recent months. That International Championship calling Hoxton's name. He's held it twice before. Will he go down in the history books, put his name alongside Pierre Thompson, Randy Borton, as a 3-time international champion? Or will the big dog defend his yard? Remember, he sent that tweet to Hoxton after the match earlier this week on Supremacy. He said, hey, you've been the one trying to come into my yard messing with me, and you found out real quick what that's going to get you. Thompson ain't afraid of the fight. Again, I don't dislike Pierre Thompson. I'm a fan, you know, but it's just reality. Shea Hoxton is a better international champion. And he's going to prove that right now. So here we go. Hoxton, Thompson, international championship on the line. Murphy rings the bell. And a big hook from Thompson right out of the gate, followed by a pendulum backbreaker, but Hoxton quick to counter that with a knee to the face. No feeling out process between these two. They know each other very well at this point. Their paths continue to intertwine over the years. And that international championship has always been a part of it. Modified Northern Light suplex, early pin. Will this one be over already? No, only at 1 count. And again, these two, along with the rest of the Supremacy roster, will be a part of the Royal Rumble match later on in our main event. So you also have to wonder if they're going to try to conserve themselves a bit. With the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship on the line, does that matter more to them? Not saying that either's going to take a dive or anything, but they certainly don't want to risk any sort of injury or being too worn down heading into the Rumble. Of course, they'll have quite a while to rest up between here and the Rumble. Got a full card. Cheeky little jab gets caught, forearm smash. And back into the ring. Senator Shea Hoxton always follows the rules. And at the behest of referee Murphy, re-enters the squared circle. Oh, but he gets a flapjack for it. Full mount now. Here comes some nasty punches and a stomp on the way out by Pierre Thompson. Now, come on, is that really necessary? You know, any other person would be arrested for doing something like this to Senator Shea Hoxton. Swinging neck breaker. Gonna try to go after the knee. Hoxton waiting, though, with a punch right up under the jaw. Like I said, these two know each other extremely well, and it's showing. Counter for counter. Thompson turning his back on Hoxton, though. And that's something you just don't do. Beautiful kicks by the former Anarchy champion, former international champion, and unified World Tag Team champion, and perhaps after tonight, future undisputed heavyweight champion. Now that's a man I can be proud of, holding the big gold. But like I stated at the start of the show, anybody at this point is better than Jason Spade. And tonight it all ends, guys. We will be celebrating into the late night. Popping champagne. Because we will have a new undisputed world heavyweight champion. Maybe it'll be Pierre Thompson. Who knows? A man who has been climbing that mountain for years. Often stated by many as being on the Mount Rushmore of superstars who should have been world champion by now. Had a couple of shots last season, but Pierre Thompson, well, he kind of let them get away from him. Blew his big shots. Maybe he'll get lucky tonight. Maybe not right now, though, against Shea Hoxton. Forearm smash, inverted atomic drop, and a scoop slam. Things are not looking good for Pierre Thompson. Hoxton backs into the corner, and we know what he's calling for. Gonna kick Thompson right upside the head. Hooks the leg, new international champion. One. No, only a 1 count. Well, Pierre Thompson is pretty thick-headed. Checks his pulse. Hey, you always got to be careful, all right? Hoxton maintains a strict diet. He has an incredible workout regimen. He's got to stay in top shape, not just for CMV, but being a senator as well. And he just psyched out Thompson there. Thompson not too happy about that. Pulls him in for a short arm shoulder block. Stomp to the knee, trying to take out the big man's base. Thompson certainly has the power advantage here. Hoxton trying to outclass him. Catches the kick. I'm going to turn it into a half Boston Crab. Will we get a tap out here? I don't think so. Senator Shea Hoxton never gives up. Punch to the back Head gets caught with an elbow, and the play of the day coming out of left field. Hoxton just pops right back up, taking it like a champ, right on the chin. And now he knows he's got to put this match away quickly. Doesn't want to let Thompson get going. 21, 21, 20. One! Uno! Dos! No trace, but so close. Thompson now realizing he's in big trouble. Gonna try to retake the driver's seat. Short arm shoulder block now by the man who says he has the it factor. Pierre Thompson wants to make an impact. And the highlight is a good way to do it. 1, 2, oh man. Hoxton, we all knew that wasn't going to be enough. It's going to take a whole lot more, perhaps a nuclear arsenal, to keep down our great senator. That's not going to stop Thompson from trying, though. He's got these fans on his side. Another play of the day. Middle of the ring, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Thompson has to look off into the distance. He can't believe that wasn't a 3. He's not wasting any time. He knows Hoxton is hurt. Hoxton's got a counter, and he does. Breaks the eyes, but referee Murphy didn't see it. Choke slam, countered into a complete shot. Wow, what a match between these two. Into a camel clutch. Pierre Thompson putting all of his weight onto the lower back of Shea Hoxton, trying to make him humble, but Hoxton is already extraordinarily humble. And the senator going to take a quick timeout, regain his bearings. Thompson, of course, no sort of sportsman, not just going to give him a couple of seconds to catch his breath. Hoxton would do it for you, Pierre. What a great Samaritan Shea Hoxton is. And as champion, Pierre Thompson can retain on a count-out or a disqualification. At a count of 6, Hoxton takes the cheap shot. You gotta do what you gotta do when the title's on the line, baby. I ain't gonna bash him for it. Thrown to the outside. Hoxton cannot win the championship, though, by count-out or disqualification. It's got to be a pin or submission in the ring. Great quick thinking by Hoxton as he sends Pierre face first into the apron. You big oaf, Pierre. And now Thompson has the gall to mock Shea Hoxton, telling him to get back into the ring if he has what it takes. And, of course, Hoxton has what it takes. He's going to make Thompson pay for running his mouth. Choke slam! Hooks the leg. 1, 2. No, Hoxton. Beside himself. But it's okay, Shea. Take a deep breath and persevere like any great American. Shot to the gut. Thompson slowly to his feet. A third play of the day would surely do Hoxton in. And the senator knows that. As a weapon, sending Thompson back towards the center of the ring, where now Shea looks to take a final shot. Line him up. Pull the trigger. 21. Uno. Dos. No. 2 21s. You've got to be kidding me. But Shea Hoxton's such a veteran of the sport. He goes right back on the attack. Abdominal stretch to a grounded Pierre Thompson. Thompson may have kicked out, but surely it was just on instinct. Big Dog gets to his feet. Hip toss to the challenger. Not looking good for Hoxton. A third play of the day, and they do say the third time's the charm, but Hoxton doesn't abide by those rules. He ain't no average Joe off the street. And look at the power. A stalling vertical suplex. And showing off those 18-inch pythons, brother. As he goes for the pin, but only a 2 count. Spinning slow kick caught, kick up under the thigh. Luthez Press thought he was going for the deep impact. If he hits that clothesline, Hoxton will be lucky to keep his head. But a desperation pin here. Thompson is running on fumes, ladies and gentlemen. I think the longer this match goes, the more it might benefit Hoxton. Here, Thompson going for the kill shot from the corner. Deep impact, but Hoxton was ready for it. And a third 21, just like that. Surely it'll be enough. 1, 2, 3. Shay Hoxton is the new CMV International Champion. God bless America. Shay Hoxton is once again international champion. But it looks like he's going to send a message. He wants to make sure Pierre Thompson doesn't get any bright ideas about winning the Royal Rumble match later on tonight. Will Pierre Thompson even make it to the Royal Rumble? Treated like a Doesn't it feel good, guys, to have a real champion on Supremacy? Now just imagine if we see the same happen later on tonight in the Royal match. Could Hoxton possibly leave Regicide as a double champion? Oh, man. I'll be jumping out of my seat. But then again, I think we could pull a guy out of the front row, have him win the Royal Rumble, and he'd be a better champion than Jason Spade. Not much longer, my friends, before Jason Spade is given deserved. But first, coming up next, tag team action, elimination tag team action, as not one, but 2 championships are going to be on the line. Dave Turner and Chris Diamond challenging The Purge, Lance Romance and Jerry Lawson, guys. If Turner and Diamond win this match, Dave Turner will become United States champion, and Chris Diamond will regain the Anarchy Championship. If Romance and Lawson win, they retain the gold for The Purge. Diamond knew he needed some backup going against The Purge. They always seem to have the numbers game and backup he found in the form of the Hall of Famer, who has his own problems with The Purge. Remember, he and Lawson match back at Wildcard. Turner almost had him beat numerous times. Escaped by the skin of his teeth. Will he be able to do the same again here at Regicide? We saw Turner and Diamond work together pretty fantastically this past episode of Cross beating Party Hardcore. I mean, they're both former tag team champions. They've got that expertise, but they are a new team, whereas Romance and Lawson have a lot of experience teaming together. Will that give them the definitive advantage? We'll have to wait and see. Always great to have you, Botch. every stream, I'm always saying, where's Botch? Where's Botch? It's just not the same without you. By the way, this isn't a plug, but the Coca-Cola coffee, I don't know if you guys have seen this or heard of this, but it is very good. I'm currently drinking one. Phenomenal. Coca-Cola, hit me up, bro. Let's collab. And it's going to be a hell of a collab between Dave Turner and Chris Diamond here tonight at Regicide. What if it's Headhunter, Gumble? What if Headhunter enters at 30 and becomes the new undisputed world heavyweight champion? We'll have to get Reese Matthews to take it from him. Dave Turner, the Hall of Famer, coming out of retirement midway through last season, says there's still a lot he wants to accomplish. One of those goals is once again holding the United States Championship. This man helped get there. The baller, baby. I talked about it this past episode of Crossfire. I am so happy that he has returned to form. Last season, he went to a very dark place, a place that not a whole lot of people can ever return from. But Diamond persevered, and that win against Pierre Thompson at Ascendance, the show of shows, I think is what Diamond really needed. It snapped him out of that funk. It brought him back to reality. And winning the Anarchy Championship at the top of this season was just the cherry on top, but then he ran right into the purge. Lance Romance has been a constant thorn in this man's side. Can Diamond finally pull that thorn out and retake the Anarchy Championship? It works. It just works. And tonight could either be a very good night for the Purge or the opposite, because we know Schmitty later on tonight will defend his CMV Global Championship in a triple threat match against Bloody Justice and Josh Wolf. Can they leave Regicide with all of their titles still intact, or will the Purge be sent packing without any championship gold to their names? Everything that Schmitty has spent the past half year building could come tumbling down in one night. And maybe Crossfire will finally be able to breathe fresh air once again. What a beast this Lance Romance is, though. He spent the past month and change completely obliterating Chris Diamond at every turn. But you know what? Dave Turner has had his number. The two of them went one-on-one a few weeks ago, and Dave Turner tapped him out, one of the very few singles losses Lance Romance has to his name here in CMV. Now, first is Webb. I mean, two. No, definitely the first is Minutemen, for anybody that remembers that stable. Never forget. Never forget that Slick B holds the victory over Xander Slate. That keeps me up at night sometimes. And then, of course, there's the man with a rocket strapped to his back. The rock star, Jarrett Lawson, with, I think, the biggest meteoric rise in CMV history. This man went unbeaten for nearly a year as Rising Star champion before taking his first loss. And then he avenged that loss at Ascendance, the grandest stage of them all, beating Josh Wolf to become United States champion. And this season, unbeaten once again. But Lawson doesn't have the best track record when it comes to tag team action. It can't even be argued that this man is a stellar singles competitor. But when he's working with someone else, he seems to have a bit of trouble. That being said, we've seen what him and Lance Romance are capable of working side by side. Can Dave Turner and Chris Diamond take the first chunk out of the Purge here tonight at Regicide? Will the Purge endure and send that momentum off to Schmitty later on tonight? Dave Turner going to start things off against Lance Romance, guys, and this is elimination style, meaning both members of one team have to be eliminated either by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification in order for this match to end. Will we have two new champions in one? Will the Purge yet again stand tall? Inverted atomic drop. You know, Romance has been itching to get his hands on Turner after that loss a few weeks ago. And it was Chris Diamond who saved Dave Turner from getting his head squished with a steel chair. Romance just nearly was about to use that age-old equalizer to perhaps once again end the career of Dave Turner. Send him back to the Hall of Fame. So Turner definitely owed Diamond one, and he's paying what's due here tonight. Tag and Diamond, great teamwork by the technical prodigy and the baller. No, J-Rod, that's not for a few more matches, so you're good. Wait a minute, what the hell is Lance Romance doing here? It looks like we're not gonna have to wait long for the Purge to display just how ruthless they can be. Lance Romance with a freaking pile driver off the apron. And Diamond, maybe just on instinct, gets back to his feet and starts to throw hands. But you don't take a shot like that and fully recover in just a couple of seconds. The complexion of this match may have just been changed indefinitely. Now it's just having his way, guys, with Chris Diamond at ringside, dropping him face first onto the apron and telling him you might as well just stay down as referee Murphy gets up to a count of 9, now 10, having till 20 to get back into the ring. Otherwise, one of them or maybe even both of them will be counted out and eliminated. Diamond's going to make sure that doesn't happen, though. Let's not forget, Diamond has come back from career, nay, life-threatening injury before. He was out of CMV for almost a year at one point before he came back. Oh, nice. Double team effort by Turner and Diamond. That powerbomb clothesline combo working like a well-oiled machine thus far. I was kind of worried. Even though we got a glimpse of their chemistry this past episode of Crossfire, that wasn't exactly enough to convince me, but I'll tell you what, the opening minutes of this matchup, they've been working better together than Romance and Lawson. Lawson now going to try to swing the momentum back in the favor of the Purge. There's that air raid siren neck breaker. Is this the beginning of the end? Only a 1 count. Attempting an early elimination. Not deviating from that goal just yet either. Could see a romance bomb. Maybe not. Turns it into a regal stretch. Turner forced Lance Romance to tap out a few weeks ago, and their singles match, will we see a repeat? He was locked in that stretch for a long time, able to escape, but you have to imagine some lasting damage was done. Up on the top rope, no place to be, especially against a man like Dave Turner, terminating. Wait, no! Romance countering at just about the last second before he was dropped right on top of his head. Turner knowing where he is though. That ring awareness of the veteran makes the hot tag. Chris Diamond comes in like a house of fire, baby. He's smoking. Romance looking to shut down the party. Diamond escapes the last call attempt. Into lariat, and it's Lawson on the apron who's looking out for his partner, offering the tag. Romance is a long way from home, though. Hang on. The British Bowler. Is he looking? I think he is. Chris Diamond with the British drive-by. Double boots to the side of the head, hooks the leg. Will we have our first elimination? No, Lance Romance. He's got a big head. It's going to take more than that to keep him down for the 3 count. He is now furious. Throwing some soup bones at Chris Diamond. Too quick. Slow swinging neck breaker by the Anarchy champion. Took that title from Chris Diamond a couple of weeks ago. And one hell of a match. At every single corner, Lance Romance has gotten the better of the Baller. But Chris Diamond has not backed down. He has not let that deter him. Just like he has throughout his entire CMV career, he's gotten back up, he's dusted himself off, and he's jumped right back into the frying pan. He is getting absolutely mauled by Lance Romance right now, though. Turned around in the corner, and I think we know what Lance Romance is going for here, guys. A regular Romance bomb just ain't gonna do it. Lance Romance with an avalanche Romance bomb. Barely able to stand, but makes it to the pin. 1, and Turner with the right decision there. I don't think Diamond was going to kick out, but he pays for it. Jumping neck breaker at the hands of Jarek Lawson. And that little distraction going to give Diamond the opportunity to try to get back in this match. And here we see a modified STF. After that avalanche Romance bomb, Diamond's back has got to be on fire. That definitely seems to be the target now as we get a tag to Jarek Lawson. United States champion going right on the attack. DDT going to give Diamond some breathing room. Turner is still down on the outside. So this is virtually a handicap match at the moment. But of course, Diamond, no stranger to the numbers game. He's had to deal with it these last couple of months. Super kick to the Rockstar. Now up over his shoulders. Drops sternum first to the top rope. Diamond's calling for it. These fans are on their feet. Super kick. Lawson has not had a chance to get started. As soon as he got tagged in, man, Diamond been mollywopping this boy. Drop kick to the side of the head. Turner doesn't look too good out there on the apron. Diamond. Looking to take he and Turner all the way. Breaking that foundation, countered. And Jarek Lawson hits the fastest knee tap. Look how he drags Diamond all the way over to the corner before making the pin, ensuring that it's harder for Dave Turner to save the day, but he doesn't have to. Chris Diamond at 2.999 somehow takes out on his own. And yet again, Dave Turner sent to the outside, leaving Chris Diamond to fend for himself. And in his current state, guys, I don't know how much longer he can last. In the absence of Dave Turner, Diamond trying to use this ring as a tag team partner. And it's paid off for him so far. Ooh, visit to the dentist. Lawson gets slammed face first right down onto Diamond's knee. And of course, the Baller never afraid to bend the rules. Using the ropes for leverage. Referee didn't see it. Only gets a 1 count though. Oh, and quickly dodges that forearm smash. He's got to catch his breath. Lawson's not going to give him the opportunity though. Diamond goes dead weight. Sandbagging Lawson. Collar and elbow tie up. Dave Turner back up out of the apron. If I'm Diamond, I'm thinking about a tag right now. Of course, he's got to get back into the ring first, though. Kick up under the knee. Irish whip sending the United States champion into the ring. Elbow to the eye. And a leg drop. Diamond, hands on his hips, looking around. He knew this was going to be a tough fight. Maybe a bit tougher than he expected, though. And there's a wise tag to Dave Turner. They've certainly got these fans on their side. No denying that. They are all on their feet in support of Dave Turner and Chris Diamond. In support of the Purge getting what they deserve. Karma. What goes around comes around. Schmitty's going to have to deal with that later on tonight. But right now, it's Lance Romance and Jarek Lawson's turn. Dave Turner tries to catch his breath and pays for a hot tag made to Lance Romance. Turner, though, catches him with a punch to the back of the head. And that rope is calling his name. Pinfall attempt now. Took too much time there. If you ask me, still gets a near fall though. Missed the kick. Romance with a big punch. Definitely saw some spit go flying, maybe a couple of teeth. Romance going after the knee of Dave Turner here. Maybe trying to stop him from hitting that super kick. Dave Turner escapes the corner. Doesn't want to get hit with an avalanche powerbomb. Continuing to target the legs. Slaps away that punch. Kick to the midsection. Too slow. And a vertical suplex from the CMV Anarchy champion. And now it's going to be Romance looking to use the ropes for leverage. 1, 2, it gets him a 2 count. And he seems a bit miffed that Turner was able to kick out. Uh-oh. Face first off the top turnbuckle. Wants to turn around. Wants that avalanche Romance bomb. Lawson trying to get the ball from the apron. He doesn't get much luck though. Sending Dave Turner back to the corner of the Purge. Both men denying each other tags. Turner remaining adamant though. Tries for a Helluva kick. Clothesline has him crumpled in a heap on the canvas. Tag to Jarek Lawson. Turner crawling to his corner. I don't think he's going to find much refuge though. Pendulum drop kick by Jarek Lawson. Forearm smash. And that's going to have Jarek Lawson seeing Tweety birds flying around his head. Remember what a challenge Dave Turner was for Jarek Lawson at Wildcard. It took Lawson just about everything and then some to keep Dave Turner down with the United States Championship on the line. I don't know if he has it in him to do it again here tonight. And Dave Turner might not give him the opportunity. Terminating spike. The maneuver that gave Lawson a concussion the last time these two met. 1, 2. Turner immediately makes the tag to Chris Diamond. Let's see if Diamond can finish Lawson off while he's hurting. Right into the corner. Gets out an elbow though. Enziguri. Chris Diamond says, get that shit out of here. I ain't interested. Punch to the pec. Jarek Lawson, just a bit quicker. Wants to make the tag to Lance Romance. Chris Diamond wants something else. Back suplex, neck breaker. And into the corner he goes yet again. I don't think Lawson's going to be tasting anything properly for the next couple of weeks. Now it's Chris Diamond going after the ankle of Jarek Lawson. Wants to make it harder for Lawson to hit that discus knee tap of his. Countered in the corner. Back over to the Purge. Lance Romance with a cheap shot. But Diamond with the quick thinking. Drop toe hold. Oh, and left to dry on that middle rope. Diamond delivers a drop kick right to the back of the head. Nice sweep by Lawson. And the Rockstar sees his opening. Can he capitalize? A second discus knee tap, busting Diamond open. And if Romance can stop Dave Turner, but he cannot. Breaks the pin and takes out referee Murphy in the process. A casualty of war, and Diamond delivering a knee of his own. Oh, Diamond is bleeding bad. That knee cut him deep. But with Murphy down, there's not much Diamond can do here. Now going after the arm. Back suplex. One of the most decorated superstars in CMV history. The blood sipping down into his eyes, dripping into his mouth. Diamond can taste the iron. He is done taking shit from the Purge. From the corner. But does Diamond have enough left in him? I'm not so sure, guys. You saw him hesitate. Perhaps he's lost too much blood. Gonna give it another try. Dave Turner is still out of it at ringside. And on the third attempt, Lawson is able to counter that super kick. Throwing Diamond out onto the apron, he uses the opening to tag Lance Romance. Lance Romance dodging Diamond's attempted attacks. And this is not where Diamond wants to be right now. A bad part of town, I like to say. He's got to get back into the ring. Oh, but Lance Romance delivering quite the stalling vertical suplex on the outside. That thud echoed throughout the arena. And all the damage done to Diamond's head, starting with that pile driver off the apron, going to catch up to him, guys. 1, 2, but Dave Turner, what a partner. Keeps making the save. Keeps this match alive. And keeps paying for it. Diamond bloodied. Exhausted. But still in the fight. How much longer can he keep it up, guys? I don't think much longer at all. Dave Turner is down. Lance Romance bringing Diamond up to the top rope. A second avalanche Romance bomb. And with nobody to make the save, that's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. Chris Diamond has been eliminated. And now it is academic. Handicap situation for the Hall of Famer Dave Turner. Is there a chance Is there any possibility that Dave Turner can still win this match for his team? Diamond practically dead at ringside, but Turner's not giving up. Drop toe hold, busting Lance Romance open, but now the numbers game is working against him. Lawson breaks the pin. You can see Turner is calling on the support of the CMV fans. Turner now bleeding as well. Big boot. Lawson begging for the tag. Romance says, get that shit out of here. Jawbreaker though. And a bro kick. But as much as Turner fights, guys, you have to look at things realistically. Diamond is just now getting back to his feet, realizing what's happened. He's been eliminated. He has to head to the back. And imagine that feeling. Imagine having to lead your tag team partner to a handicapped situation. But Diamond has no choice. If he wants to leave Regicide as Anarchy champion, Dave Turner has to win this match all by himself. After the arm, Romance is bleeding pretty badly at this point. There's the Helluva kick. Where's Turner taking him? No place pleasant, I can tell you that much. Blood all over Romance's face, all over his hands. Hook to the jaw, back elbow. Dave Turner, man, he's dominating right now. There's a brainbuster for you. He can barely stand, and Romance crawling over to his corner, trying to make the tag at Jarrett Lawson. Speaking of corners, Romance, he knows exactly what Dave Turner is trying to go for there. Turner can't be so easily shooed away. Romance countered this earlier in the match. Wait a minute. What is Turner going for? Turner with it. Half Nelson suplex. Oh my God. Apparently that's not enough. Dave Turner, if he's going down swinging, and he's taking the purge with him. Scoop slam. Turner can't even stand, but look at this. Stomping a mud hole in Romance, and now gonna walk him dry. Deadlifting Romance as blood drips from that cut across his forehead. Lawson watching from the apron. Super kick, shades of Paul Anderson, and blood is all over the chest of Lance Romance. 1, 2. Oh my God. If Turner can tie things up, guys, if he makes this a one-on-one match, there's a chance. As small as it may be. Look at the chest of Lance Romance. And Turner is enjoying this. Jesus Christ, the Purge, man. Getting a taste of their own medicine. Turner absolutely ruthless here. Romance is practically dead on his feet. He's got no response. There we go. Finally, a sign of life. Look at Lance Romance. Even with all the blood that he's lost. As soon as he's in the dominating position, mocks Dave Turner and these fans. Turner trying to bring him over to the corner here. You know, I wouldn't blame Dave Turner for trying to get an elimination by countout. Honestly, that's not a bad strategy. It's probably something I would do if I were in his shoes here. Just try and eliminate Lance Romance by countout. Bring it down to you and Jarrett Lawson. couldn't blame the man. And I think, guys, that might be his game plan here. Question is, can he pull it off successfully, or will it backfire? Romance throws him right into the barricade so easily, like a rag doll. Final cut by fellow Hall of Famer Hayden. Popularized that maneuver. Dave Turner borrows from only the best. These elbows to the side of the head. Guys, is Dave Turner going to try to eliminate Lance Romance by count out here? No, Dave Turner, even in the position he's in, still not going to try to win by that type of way. Pinfall or submission for the Hall of Famer. And that'll come back to bite him, guys. Dave Turner's pride as a competitor leads to his downfall, quite literally. Avalanche Romance Bomb. And that's it. 1, 2, 3. The Purge retains. Lance Romance indeed looking like a corpse, but still somehow able to win this match and retain the Anarchy Championship for himself and the United States Championship for Jarek Lawson. The Purge stays on top, but for how much longer, guys? Lance Romance and Jarek Lawson may have been successful here, but Schmitty has got the odds against them later on tonight in that triple threat match for the Global Championship. The only thing Lance Romance has to worry about right now is getting to the medical room backstage as quickly as possible and getting that cut stitched up. They tried to towel him off. It's not working very well. He'll be lucky if he doesn't collapse on the way up the ramp. But he'd collapse. Still champ. Going to take a bathroom break, grab another drink. BRB. Alright guys, I am back, and we are ready to jump back into the action here at Regicide. It's already been an amazing night thus far, and we still have plenty to look forward to, as coming up next, the Women's Hardcore Championship is going to be on the line. Ashley Rain vying to regain the title. She only won 2 weeks ago at Battle Scars in that fatal 4-way match, but then lost in Tokyo, Japan to hometown hero Akira. Akira, the red-hot rookie, only 2 months into her CMV career, and already with championship gold in her possession. She wowed us all with her victory in that six-pack challenge at the top of the season, and she did not stop there. But interestingly, she and Ashley Rain share a lot of respect and quite the friendship. They're undefeated as a tag team, including that win on Supremacy earlier this week, the triple threat tornado tag team match. However, Ashley Rain wasn't able to keep that momentum alive when she ran into RVW on Crossfire a couple of days ago. As Akira was watching ringside, did Ashley Rain show any sort of weakness that Akira will be able to capitalize on here tonight? A lot of people have been saying Akira's victory in Tokyo, Japan was a fluke. She was competing in front of her friends, her family, her colleagues. She was riding high, and there's many who don't feel as though she'll be able to pull it off again here tonight at Regicide. Well, we don't have to ponder any longer. It's time to find out. Is Akira a flash in the pan, or is she the real deal? Neither of these women are part of the battle that kicked off tonight's show, which was won by Amber Reed, heading to validation next month to challenge for the Women's Championship. Ashley Rain and Akira fully preparing for this bout here. Last year it was rough for Ashley Rain. Losses, injuries, all mounting up, keeping her on the shelf for quite a while. She missed Ascendance, guys, the show of shows. But she came back this season, and she has not let anyone stand in her way. Really, the Ashley Rain of old. But Akira had her number in Tokyo, Japan. Just as Ashley Rain made it back to the top of the mountain, Akira knocked her down. Will Ashley Rain become a two-time Women's Hardcore Champion tonight? Will she prove that Akira got lucky in Tokyo? Or will Akira prove to Ashley Rain and everyone else that she is a legitimate threat in the women's division and the future of the women's division? And as this is for the Hardcore Championship, that means anything goes. No countouts, no disqualifications. The only rule is that you can win 2 ways. Pin or submission in the ring. Akira doesn't enjoy the champion's advantage that many other champions have, where they can retain by countout or disqualification. I think it shocked just about everyone, even Akira herself, when she beat Ashley Rain to win the Women's Hardcore Championship. She's not had very long to sort of come to the realization that it's true. It's damn true. She is the Women's Hardcore Champion. She's been blasted to the forefront of the women's division. She is now on the radar of everyone, not least of all Ashley Rain. Can she deal with that pressure? Ashley Rain, Hangman's neck breaker. You're gonna pop right back up. European uppercut. Kick to the knee, spinning soul kick, stomp to the hand. And this is the exact kind of offense that caught Ashley Rain off guard in Tokyo, Japan, guys. Rain was not fully prepared for Akira, but Akira was fully prepared for Ashley Rain. We all know the small but mighty one. Former Magnificent Six winner, former women's champion, one of the absolute greatest female competitors in CMV history, if not the. And And Akira has the chance yet again in front of the world to prove that she is on the level of Ashley Rain. Currently, Akira has been in firm control. Just as I say that, Ashley Rain escaping off the shoulders of Akira, hitting that reverse DDT, and here we go. Digging under the ring for a toy. No disqualifications, and Ashley Rain producing the age-old equalizer, steel chair in hand, right over the head of Akira. There you go. That's what you get when you're the women's hardcore champion. Hooks the leg. One. I was going to say, you're going to be the women's hardcore champion and get taken down with one chair shot to the head? I don't think so. Akira at the count of one. Look at that. She's even like, hell yeah. Egging Ashley Rain on, and Rain falls for it. She cannot see these kicks coming. Lightning fast offense from Akira. It seems like in the time since Tokyo, Japan, Ashley Rain has not been able to figure Akira out, or maybe she has. And she's able to counter. Oh, a big attempted maneuver from the champion. Vertical suplex. Akira is going to try for the pin after that. To retain, but only a 1 count. Just imagine being in the shoes of Ashley Rain. Well, Akira can go ahead and cancel her trip to the dentist. Ashley Rain just gave her some free dental work. And she ain't finished. Rain drop from up top. Double knees from Akira, though. Stopping Ashley Rain dead in her tracks. It's been a whirlwind month for Ashley Rain. Winning the Fatal 4-Way at Battle Scars to become Women's Hardcore Champion. Losing the title only a week later to Akira, a rookie. I mean, that has to be embarrassing for Ashley Rain. There's been a lot of talk in the locker room. A lot of snickering behind Ashley Rain's back. And then she's been forced to team with Akira. And although they've been extremely successful together, whatever respect, whatever friendship there may be between these two, it's out the window tonight. Only one is leaving Regicide as Women's Hardcore Champion. Ashley Rain just got dropped on her head. A lot of heavy shots here at ringside, but it's not false count anywhere. Akira got to bring Ashley Rain back into the ring. I don't know where she's bringing her. Oh my God! Drop face first on the steel steps, and now Akira transitioning into a dragon sleeper. But again, even if Ashley Rain were to tap here, it wouldn't be a victory for Akira. It has to happen in the ring. Ashley Rain, though, able to escape as she's thrown back into the squared circle. Akira stalking her. Ashley Rain maybe playing possum just a bit. And Rain telling Akira, know your place. I'm Ashley Rain. I am the women's division here in CMV. Hurricane Rana! And now it's Akira who can't keep up with the fast pace of Ashley Rain. Rain grabbing at her midsection, looking down at Akira. There's got to be a lot of emotions running through her mind right now. Stalking Akira and nailing the Shiranui. But Rain looking for a dominant victory here at Regicide. Looking for an emphatic victory. Sizing Akira up for the sunny side down. But Akira was ready for it. Now we get a reversal fest. Tit for tat. Counter for counter. Able to break free and hit that back suplex. Now a knee to the eye. And Akira looking to prove all the doubters wrong. But Ashley Rain is giving her the fight of her life. Another single knee face breaker. This time Rain into the pin. One. Only a 1 count. And Rain, who has adopted A much more aggressive attitude over the past year. Pulls out a table. Now we're talking. Now we're looking to kick it up a gear. But Rain dropped right on said table with a wicked neck breaker. Akira once again outshining Ashley Rain when it comes to those lethal strikes. But it still isn't enough to keep the Women's Hardcore Championship around her waist. And this is the third time she's trying to hit this maneuver. Will it be the charm? Yes, it will. One night stand. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Akira looking around like she's seen a ghost. Her jaw dropped. Ashley Rain's aggressive nature nearly cost her the match right there. She should have gone for the pin. She should have tried to finish off Akira, but instead she went to get a table. And I think it's becoming more and more evident as this match continues that Ashley Rain was definitely caught off guard in Tokyo, Japan by Akira. But Akira with another Dragon Sleeper applied. So much to prove for the rookie, Shiranui number 2. No, but a boot to the throat. Akira just can't stop running her mouth, getting in the face of Ashley Rain. And for sure, the friendship between these two, the partnership, has been put on pause, if not entirely disintegrated. What's Rain looking for now? Oh my God, a metal baseball bat. Rain has snapped here at Regicide. She attempts to use it. Akira catches her though. Swinging neck breaker. But look how smart Rain is. Rolling to the outside so that she cannot be pinned or submitted. That is veteran instinct right there, ladies and gentlemen. Not on the table. No, my God. Holy shit! Akira planting Ashley Rain neck first onto the table. How the hell is Ashley Rain standing right now? And now it's a slugfest. Now they're just throwing soup bones. Ashley Rain sandbagging Akira there, sends her back into the ring. Where she must win by pin or submission to leave Regicide once again the Women's Hardcore Champion. Pauses for a brief second, does Rain, catching her breath, surveying her surroundings, and Akira just keeps coming at her. Relentless is the Women's Hardcore Champion. Now it's Akira picking herself up in the corner, hoping to catch a break, but Rain has fully gone in. This isn't the Ashley Rain that we are used to, ladies and gentlemen. This is the ugly side of Ashley Rain, but a side that, quite frankly, I think she needed to bring out here tonight. The question is, will that be enough? Will this aggressive, predator-like style from Rain be enough? Akira with a knee to the face. 1, 2. How the hell did Ashley Rain just kick out Akira with the appropriate reaction? Almost unable to fathom that Ashley Rain would be able to kick out of that knee to the face. Now escaping this modified STF. I think Akira is finally realizing who she's in the ring. No! One night stand onto the baseball bat. 1, 2, 3. Akira is still the CMV Women's Hardcore Champion, dropping Ashley Rain head first onto that metal baseball bat. That's what it took, guys. That's what it took for Akira to put down Ashley Rain and retain the Women's Hardcore Championship. Everything that she threw at the small but mighty one in this match, none of it worked. Akira has just proven to myself, every locker room, to the CMV reign that she deserves to be the Women's Hardcore Champion. What a match. That was no fluke. What a show it has been so far, my fine feathered friend. And we have still so much to look forward to, including our main event, where the CMV Undisputed Heavyweight Championship is on the line. And finally, but by the grace of God himself, we will be free of Jason Spade as the Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. A new era in CMV will begin, and Jason Spade will have to realize exactly what he's done. But first, the CMV Unified Tag Team Championship going to be decided as the Cowboys from Hell challenge Project Cycle. This has been a bitter rivalry dating back to the start of the season, where the two were supposed to be allies competing in an 8-person tag team match. But the egos of both pairings clashing, the Cowboys from Hell blaming Project Psycho for the loss, blaming Cowboys from Hell for the loss, and what was somewhat innocent at first quickly became anything but. Jordan Nicholson at Wild winning the Internet Championship. Big boost of momentum for he and Hunter Quinn. But on the next episode of Supremacy, Nelson Rude would take it from him, and in the process, himself. And at every single corner, Nelson Rude and the Cowboys from Hell were getting the better of Project Psycho. Hunter Quinn failed to take back the Internet Championship and that no disqualification match against Nelson Rude. And then at Battle Scars in that fatal 4-way tornado tag team match, Nelson Rude superplexing Jordan Nicholson off the top of a ladder. We thought Nicholson was done for good. And we thought they stood no chance in the Tag Team Cup, with Hunter Quinn being thrown off the apron with a pile driver. Neither man was at 100% far from it, but somehow, some way, in Tokyo, Japan, Project Psycho overcame every single odd. They won the Tag Team Cup, and then they beat the SNS Pro Nection inside of a steel cage to become the Unified World Tag Team Champions. But now, guys, do they have what it takes to keep the gold against their arch rivals? A team that has constantly gotten the better of them. Can Project Psycho finally take the Cowboys from Hell down a notch and prove that they are the better team? The Cowboys from Hell, of course, earning this championship opportunity by winning that fatal four-way tornado tag team ladder match at Battle Scars. And they've proven time and time again that they are willing to do whatever they have to do to be the top team on Supremacy. They've nearly ended the careers of Project Psycho on multiple occasions. Now with the championships on the line, can they take the final strike at Hunter Quinn and Jordan Nicholson? Capture what they value most. It's almost poetic that Cowboys from Hell became the #1 contenders, and then Project Psycho won the Tag Team Cup. And here we go at Regicide. The teams face off one more time, and it matters more than ever before. And it looks like it is going to be Scott Cannon and Travis Red representing the Cowboys. Nelson Rude probably still feeling the effects of his triple threat match on Crossfire a couple of nights ago, where he lost the Internet Championship to Christian Kai. And so letting his boys step up to the plate here tonight at Regicide. I'm sure Hunter Quinn and Jordan Nicholson would have preferred Nelson Rude to be in this match, but they ain't gonna complain. The Unified World Tag Team Champions, who knows if they're at 100%? I'd have to guess probably not. They've only had a little over a week to rest up since winning the gold in Tokyo, Japan. Of course, Jordan Nicholson had the night off on Supremacy earlier this week because his scheduled opponent, Danger Cat, could not make it to their bout after the unfortunate demise of Los Puños Fatales. And so I'd say Project Psycho are about as prepared as they can be given the amount of time they've had. Will it be a short reign for Hunter Quinn and Jordan Nicholson? And a tweet here, guys, from Chris Diamond. He says, Turner, Crossfire, I'm so sorry. Referencing the fact that he and Dave Turner failed to defeat the Purge, Lance Romance, and Jarek Lawson earlier tonight. Now it might rest on the shoulders of either Bloody Justice or Josh Wolf later on when Schmitty defends his global championship in that triple threat match. Diamond has nothing to be sorry about, though. He gave his all. Quite literally gave his blood, sweat, and tears in that match, as did Dave Turner. This one ain't about the Purge. This one is about a bitter rivalry that has gone down some dark roads. And it only speaks to the toughness of Quinn and Nicholson that are here standing in that ring at Regicide, ready to defend their titles after everything that the Cowboys from Hell have done to them. But it's time to get it on. Travis Red and Scott Cannon definitely seem like they are prepared. They know that walking into this match, even though they are the challengers, they have the upper hand. And it's going to be Scott Cannon starting things off against Hunter Quinn. Back to the collar and elbow tie-up into a side headlock. I mean, just imagine being triple powerbomb, being superplexed off the top of a ladder, being given a pile driver off the apron down onto the outside of the ring, and still standing. The Cowboys from Hell practically tried to kill Project Psycho over the last month or so. Project Psycho are still standing, and not just that. They beat not one, not two, not three, but 4 teams in Tokyo, Japan to become the Unified World Tag Team Champions. And that was when they weren't even at 100%, guys. Hunter Quinn has really stepped up to the plate over these last couple of weeks with Jordan Nicholson trying to recover from his multiple injuries courtesy of Nelson Rude. What? What just happened? What? I am speechless. Don't know what to say. Projects just retained the Unified World Tag Team titles. Scott Cannon tapped out. How long was that match? I think maybe a minute and change. I don't even have the words. I don't know if there even are words. Just witnessed Hunter Quinn utilizing a Rings of Saturn to tap out Scott Cannon in perhaps the quickest tag team match in CMV history. And if that isn't karma coming into play for the Cowboys from Hell, I don't know what that was. The Cowboys from Hell have made the life of Hunter Quinn and Jordan Nicholson a living hell for the last month or so. And here at Regicide, they are beaten so quick. There has to be something up. I mean, even if that was the deadliest submission on the planet, Travis Red didn't even have the opportunity to get in the match. Neither did Jordan Nicholson. I don't know, guys. Yeah, that was either the stiffest submission hold in the history of submission holds or something's up, but one way or another, Project Psycho, they have to feel so good. They have to feel like they're on cloud 9 right now. They just embarrassed Cowboys from Hell here at Regicide. And if I'm Nelson Rude, I'm probably throwing things around in that locker room right now. Maybe Nelson Rude should have been in this match. Maybe it would have gone a little bit longer. But I tell you what, after that, I don't think the Cowboys from Hell are just going to back down. They weren't just beaten here. They were upset. They were embarrassed. There's no other way to put it. History was just made. Maybe not the way the Cowboys from Hell would have liked it, though. I think that legitimately had to be the quickest tag team match in CM history. We've had extraordinarily long tag team matches, like I'm saying almost an hour. I don't think there's ever been a tag team match that ended that quickly. That has to be one of the shortest matches, period, also. I know Allie Van Wilson won a match in like 20-something seconds a couple years ago in NGW. That's the shortest match in CMV history. It was a singles match. Man, I tell you what, I would be scared to be Scott Cannon and Travis Red walking into that locker room right now. Nelson Rude is probably about to knock them right upside their heads and be like, what the hell was that out there? Show must go on, though, guys. We still have ton to jump into. Coming up next, it is the CMV Global Championship match. Schmitty defends against Bloody Justice and Josh Wolf, and talking about karma, talking about things coming around. In that last match, Schmitty has his back against the wall. Everything he's done over the past half year is going to catch up to him here at Regicide, when he is in the ring with two of his greatest rivals, when he's in the ring with Bloody Justice and Josh Wolf, and what he treasures most is on the line, that global championship. Regicide has already been a night of shocks, surprises, astonishments. History has been made more than once, and still there is so much to look forward to. This triple threat match might be one of the biggest matches in CMV history. So many eyes are on this one for so many different reasons. Bloody Justice once again donning his Predator attire because he is on the hunt, just as he was last month at Battle Scars, when he was supposed to step into a steel cage match and challenge Schmitty one-on-one for the CMV Global Championship. But Schmitty did what he does best. He screwed Bloody Justice. He pulled the rug out from under each and every single one of us. And now Bloody Justice is looking to make him pay. But it's Josh Wolf who has spent the last half year meeting Schmitty at every single turn, fighting to free Crossfire from the grips of the Purge. And it was at Purgatory last season that Josh Wolf could have stopped this all from happening when he faced Schmitty for the vacant CMV Global Championship. But on that night, Josh Wolf was unable to keep the Game Changer from once again making it to the top of the mountain. And that's something that Wolf has not been able to live with. Even when he had nobody to back him up, Josh Wolf has kept the fight against the Purge alive on Crossfire, making sure that they don't just have free reign. And it's cost him the United States Championship to Jarek Lawson at Ascendance 8. It's cost him a lot more than that too. But here tonight, he has the chance to do what he could have done all those months ago at Purgatory. He has the chance to take the Global Championship and finally end the Purge. Josh Wolf earned this opportunity by beating Jacob Ziegler at Battle Scars last month. And it's an opportunity he had to earn again when the Purge enlisted him to save Schmitty from the Bloody Forest after Bloody Justice and his family abducted Schmitty. And who knows what sort of mental tortures, what sort of physical trauma Schmitty had to endure. We only got a sneak peek, a snippet, for over a week. And it's quite ironic that the man who saved him from that all is the man that might take the Global Championship from him here tonight, one of his greatest rivals of all time, Josh Wolf. Schmitty has always been at the forefront of controversy in his CMV career. But with the rest of the Purge backing him up with his right-hand woman Dada, Schmitty has seized control of Crossfire and plunged it into anarchy, doing as he sees fit, screwing over superstars left and right. Anything to keep that global championship around his waist. Let's not forget, this is the man who ran down Ace Reeves in a truck. If it meant him winning that global championship. And he did at Purgatory. And nothing has been able to take it from him. But there's no screw jobs here tonight. There's no tricks up the sleeve. Schmitty is going to have to get the job done himself here tonight at Regicide. In a match where he won't even have to be pinned or submitted to lose his title. More than the global championship is on the line here tonight in this triple threat match. For Bloody Justice, this is about finally winning the big one. Finally earning that recognition as a top star here in CMV, something he's worked years for. People have said he should have been world champion a long time ago. This is his chance to prove it. For Josh Wolf, this is about fighting to free Crossfire. For Schmitty, this is about keeping Crossfire under his boot, and Bloody Justice exploding out of the corner, going right after Schmitty, almost taking his head off in a clothesline, and Josh Wolf is next. We all thought Justice was going to be global champion at Battle Scars. He had Schmitty by himself inside of a steel cage. There was no way Schmitty was escaping that one. But he did. He found a way. He manipulated the contract. He fooled everyone. And Bloody Justice is not the type of guy you take for a fool. No countouts, no disqualifications. This is not elimination. This is first fall to the finish. Pin or submission in the ring. Josh Wolf and Schmitty meeting face to face, center of the ring. Bloody Justice gonna roar to the outside early on. That doesn't mean that he's out of this one. That just means that he's smart. Doesn't want to wear himself out early on. Why not let Josh Wolf and Schmitty beat the hell out of each other for a little while he catches his breath, while he waits for a proper opening. Now he takes it, kick to the midsection of the global champion, dropped on that top rope. I've always supported Bloody Justice in his endeavor to become world champion. But I think he took it too far. I don't like Schmitty, and I don't think anybody felt bad for the Game Changer. But what Bloody Justice did to him while holding him captive in the Bloody Forest, I can't agree with that. I don't care who you are. I wouldn't wish that on my greatest enemy. I wouldn't wish that even on Jason Spade. That tells you anything. But Bloody Justice has done what he feels he needed to do. And you know what? Here he is at Regicide competing for the global championship. So it's hard to argue that it didn't pay off, but he's paying attention to Schmitty. He doesn't see Josh Wolf coming up from behind, tossing him off the top rope. Josh Wolf might have the championship one here. Only a one count. Schmitty now has a steel chair. Remember, no disqualifications in the triple threat. But before he can even lift it up, Bloody Justice puts him down with that Enzu Lariat. Bloody Justice! Bloody Justice! Josh Wolf now going up to the top rope. Not something you see him do very often. I don't think he got all of that corkscrew senton, but enough of it. As he gouges at the eye of Bloody Justice. Gotta do what you gotta do, and I understand that. In a match of this caliber, you have to be willing to maybe go to a place you don't want to go. We've seen all three men have to do that over these last few months. Josh Wolf, while he was in the Bloody Forest, he was tempted by Fenrir. He almost succumbed once again to his inner demons. He was able to keep them at bay. He was able to fight just like he's been fighting this entire time against the Purge, against Schmitty. Don't count Schmitty out though, guys. Don't think that just because he doesn't have the rest of the Purge out here, just because he's on his own tonight, that he can't get the job done. As much as I hate to admit it, Schmitty is maybe one of the best to ever lace up a pair of boots and step into a CMV ring. Conniving, but also an incredible athlete. And Schmitty is willing to do whatever must be done. We know that. We've seen it time and time and time again. There's nothing the Game Changer will refuse to do if it means he leaves Regicide still global champion. And Josh Wolf almost hit Schmitty with On the Hunt. Schmitty almost hit Josh Wolf with old school Schmitty, but Bloody Justice broke up both maneuvers. Wolf with a taste of his own medicine there. A rope rebound. Falcon Arrow, a.k.a. On the Hunt, and that steel chair is just laying there. Very ominously, Bloody Justice off the neck crank, goes for the pin to become global champion, and maybe may have, if not for Schmitty making the save at the very last, and I mean very last second there. Guys, wait a minute, Bloody Justice, is he gonna do what I think he's about to do? And these bloodthirsty fans are on their feet chanting, "This is awesome!" Superplex to the outside of the ring. That's a good 10-foot drop, and Schmitty may have just shattered every single bone in his body. And these fans can't help but to salivate at the thought of Schmitty getting his comeuppance. Turn around, Wolf, turn around. Bloody Justice has Schmitty in the ring. He's pinning him for the 3 count. But Josh Wolf ensures that this match continues at least for a little bit longer. Knocks out Bloody Justice, and now it's Wolf down on his knees, looking up to the heavens, channeling the powers of Fenrir. Will Wolf have to dip into the dark side to leave Regicide tonight as the CMV Global Champion? Does he have to let Fenrir in? Schmitty's looking worse for wear right now. He has not moved since that superplex to the outside. There we go, finally. An acknowledgement that he's still conscious. Knee of Josh Wolf. Massive clothesline to both men. Didn't get all of it though on Schmitty. Bloody Justice transitioning into a chin lock and wrenching back on the head of Schmitty, ready to rip his head off if need be. This is the biggest match in the career of Bloody Justice. This is the closest he has ever been. This is what he's waited for. This is what he has worked years for. This is what his fans have waited for. He's here. The Global Championship is within his grasp. But can he get the job done? Josh Wolf knows what it's like to sit upon the throne. He's a former CMV Alpha World Champion. Schmitty, of course, knows what it's like to be there. A former undisputed world heavyweight champion as well. And he knows what it takes to defend that throne, to remain champion. We saw earlier tonight, Dave Turner wasn't willing to cross the line, and it cost him against Lance Romance and Jarek Lawson. Will Josh Wolf cross that line? Will Bloody Justice cross that line? Will they have the chance? Brainbuster by Schmitty. A maneuver he's used many times in the past to put opponents down. Desperation pin by the champion, guys. In this triple threat, Schmitty does not have to be involved in the decision to lose his title. Bloody Justice could pin Josh Wolf. Josh Wolf could submit Bloody Justice, and Schmitty will have nothing to do with it. and he will still lose that which he loves most in this world. Some would say more than his ex-wife, maybe even more than his son. Schmitty doesn't care about the future of CMV. He doesn't care about these fans. He cares about the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, just like Bloody Justice does, going for the Tombstone Piledriver, but Wolf counters on the hunt, on the hunt, on the hunt. 1, 2, 3. Josh Wolf is the new CMV Global Champion. Josh Wolf has fought this fight for half a year, and he was not going to let Schmitty get away from him again. Josh Wolf Creed Crossfire. And speaking of world championships, guys, coming up next, it is our tertiary main event. It's not long now before Jason Spade Maker and our main event, that Royal Rumble match for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. But first, coming up next, the fate of the Money in the Bank briefcase will be decided as Shrayon challenges Patch Mondo in a ladder match. The briefcase will hang above the ring, and Mondo's future as a possible world champion is in jeopardy. I don't know what sort of strings Tailcoat Val had to pull, what sort of leverage she must have over Crossfire General Manager Ken Donahue to get Shrayon this opportunity. But the fact is that Tailcoat Val and her latest subject, Shrayon, have certainly planted themselves in the head of Patch Mondo. This young upstart, in his first month here in CMV, at the grandest stage of all, Ascendance 8, winning the Money in the Bank ladder match, all but guaranteeing himself to be a future Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. But Shrayon has crept up, and it's not a stretch to say that Patch Mondo has been stalked by Tailcoat Val. What her interest is in Patch Mondo, but one thing is certain: she wants that Money in the Bank briefcase, and she might have it here tonight. We all hoped, we all prayed that the alliance to end Tailcoat Val was successful when they burned down her HQ, sent her puppets scattering into the wind. Tailcoat Val went underground. We had hope for good. But nay, Tailcoat Val has returned this season, and somehow she seems more powerful than ever. All of her soldiers have returned, and even new ones in the form of Shrayon. whose only goal since debuting has to been hunt down Patch Mondo. And it has definitely gotten to Mr. Money in the Bank. We saw how absolutely petrified he was of Shreyon a couple weeks ago when he appeared from the darkness in the middle of the ring. Mondo ran for his life. He couldn't think straight in that tag team match this past episode of Crossfire, costing him against the team of Liam Aldridge and Shreyon. Will it cost him tonight with the Money in the Bank briefcase on the line? Patch Mondo was thrust into the spotlight here in CMV. Upon his debut, myself included, we all thought, oh, here's this kid. He doesn't look like much. He ain't going to last long. He had a couple of good showings against the likes of Xander, Slade, and Schmitty, and then all of a sudden he beat Bloody Justice, and then he beat George King, and then he qualified for Money in the Bank, and then he won Money in the Bank at Ascendance 8. And now, just like that, inside of that briefcase, he has the chance to be a world champion one day. And that chance is being threatened by Tailcoat Val here tonight. Here we go. What the hell? Wait, Liam Aldridge? What the hell is he doing out here? Liam Aldridge, who of course returned in that tag team match this past episode of Crossfire. He was actually the one who pinned Patch Mondo off of the pedigree, the Cash King. Why is he coming out here though for this one-on-one match? This is supposed to be a ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. What the hell is Tailcoat Val playing at? What business does Liam Aldridge have coming out here? Is this going to be a triple threat match? Or is Liam Aldridge just out here to perhaps scout these two out? I assure you all, I am just as confused as you are. But then again, it's Tailcoat Val we're talking about. She put this match together. And she's always ready with a curveball. Alright, so I guess this is going to be a triple threat match? Anyway. Hang on a second! Now what's going on? Shanaz Andoni? What the hell? Now here comes Shanaz Andoni, Patch Mondo's mentor, his tag team partner. What is the real #1 Bubba doing out here now? What the hell is going on? Is this going to be a fatal four-way? Is the Money in the Bank briefcase still on the line? I think Patch Mondo and his facial expression right now tells the tale. Absolute confusion. Okay, so hang on. No. Is that who I think it is? It is! It's George King! George King is back! We haven't seen him since the end of last season, before Ascendance 8. And George King is the man that Patch Mondo beat to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And after that loss, George King vanished. But now he's back! What is he doing coming out here for this match, though? Tailcoat Val is definitely up to no good here tonight at Regicide. This was supposed to be a one-on-one ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Liam Aldridge, Shanaz Andoni, and now George King have come out here. The former undisputed World Heavyweight Champion returns. But for what reason? Shrayon and Patch Mondo now surrounded by Liam Aldridge, Shanaz Andoni, and George King, and the bell rings. Guys, this match is getting underway. There's no ladders, though. The briefcase is not hanging above the ring, so I'm going to take a guess that this is no longer for the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't know what it's for. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm not even sure if our head official, Murphy, here is entirely up to date with what's transpiring in that ring right now. But it looks as if we have a 5-pack challenge on our hands. My question is this good or bad for Patch Mondo? His Money in the Bank briefcase is no longer on the line, but now he's been thrown into a completely different match than he was preparing for. Liam Aldridge bringing Shanaz Andoni back into the ring as Patch Mondo superplexes George King from the apron back into the squared circle. And one can only imagine that Tailcoat Val is lurking somewhere backstage with a smile on her face. Some sort of sadistic plan coming into play here that none of us have any idea about. Shrayon, a very interesting pin here on Liam Aldridge, nearly gets a 2 count. Patch Mondo throwing off the shoulders of George King. Sends him plummeting down to the canvas. I mean, it's great to see George King back, don't get me wrong. When he lost that Money in the Bank qualifying match with Patch Mondo, I think it kind of broke him a little bit. Last season was rough for George King. He couldn't reclaim the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Then he won the European Championship and quickly lost it. Then he won the International Championship and quickly lost it. And then he was embarrassed, upset by this rookie, this kid, Patch Mondo. And King just vanished. He missed Ascendance. I thought he was gone for good, quite honestly. Here he is at Regicide, playing into some role given to him by Tailcoat Val, yet he's going after Shrayon, so it seems like there's not any teamwork here. He's pinning Shrayon after the Royal Flush. Got the 3 count. I guess this is elimination? Shrayon, guys, has been eliminated by George King, but the match hasn't been called. It's not over, so this has to be elimination. I can't keep up with all this. There's too much going on, and Liam Aldridge, this is the same way he beat Patch Mondo in that tag team match last episode of Crossfire. The pedigree gets countered, though. First DDT to George King here at ringside in front of my announce table. Don't knock over my Coca-Cola with coffee, please. My security joining me. Jason Spade's going to lose the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship tonight. I have no idea how he may react, so my security is on high alert. This 5-pack challenge we were not expecting to take place. It was supposed to be Shrayon versus Patch Mondo one-on-one in a ladder match for Patch's Money in the Bank briefcase. But But instead, Liam Aldridge, Shanaz Andoni, and George King have come out here. And now we're finding out it's elimination because Shrayon has already been pinned and eliminated by George King. I don't even want to try and get into the head of Tailcoat Val and figure out what scheme she's cooking up. Shanaz Andoni with the super kick, and that puts Liam Aldridge in the danger zone. The real number one Bubba baby gonna fly from the top rope with a fish drop to that open wound. STO putting Patch Mondo down hard here in front of the announce table as Shanaz tunes up the band. Sweet shin music. But Liam Aldridge wise to roll out of the ring so that he cannot be pinned by Shanaz Andoni. I mean, you gotta think, if you're Patch Mondo, what is going through your mind right now? Is his Money in the Bank briefcase on the line? Is it not? Whose enemy? Whose friend? This poor kid, man. He didn't ask for any of this. And now he's being forced to take out his own mentor. A stroke to Shanaz Andoni. But much like Liam Aldridge, smart move by Shanaz to roll out of the ring. And now George King looking for his long-awaited revenge. Royal flush to Patch Mondo. 1, 2, 3. Now Patch Mondo has been eliminated, guys, and the two men who were supposed to be a part of the original match are eliminated from this 5-pack challenge. And the three guys who just showed up out of nowhere remain. Another royal flush, this time to Liam Aldridge. 1, 2, 3. George King is collecting heads here at Regicide. The former undisputed world heavyweight champion is on a tear. He's on a rampage. Shrayon and Patch Mondo are no longer a part of the equation. It's come down to George King and Shanaz Andoni. Shanaz in trouble as he's been busted open. And Patch Mondo has just now gotten back to his feet at ringside, heading up the ramp. What does he make of all this? Is Tailcoat Val playing games? Does she even want the Money in the Bank briefcase at all? Or does he just derive pleasure tormenting poor Patch Mondo? I don't think she ever had any real intention of taking that Money in the Bank briefcase from Patch Mondo here tonight, but a Kinshasa from Andoni, busting open King. 1, 2, Andoni almost takes it. Hey, it's a pay-per-view payday. The real number one Bubba. If he's ever going to give it his all, this is the time to do so against the former undisputed world heavyweight champion, George King, who eliminated Shrayon, Patch Mondo, and Liam Aldridge. That kick to the back just seems to piss off George King. The 110th straight slam. That's vintage George King right there. George King, dare I say it, maybe looking better than ever. He's setting up for the royal flush, but Shanaz able to counter it. Hangs on for dear life as he's sent out onto the apron. George King pulls him back in unceremoniously. 1, 2. I wonder how Tailcoat Val invited these guys to this match. Did she just send them a postcard? Did she shoot them a text? Or did she approach them in person? Did they have any idea what they were actually signing up for? What they were getting themselves into? Shanaz with a heavy Irish whip. Gonna knock George King out of the ring. And Andoni now with the upper hand. Shanaz Andoni He might look like he ain't got what it takes, but I assure you, this is a 3-time tag team champion, a former light heavyweight champion and anarchy champion. Do not count out the real number 1 mama baby, Johnny Gat. As he claps his hands, he's saying, I got this one in the bag. Ain't no thing but a chicken wang. Irish Whip gonna put Andoni back into the ring though. What is King doing here? King can be vicious when he wants to be. Body splash, cracking Shanaz in half, making him go limp like a wet spaghetti noodle as he slumps down on the outside. Looking to do it again, maybe Andoni says, no thank you. Incoming bow tie backbreaker may have shattered the spine of Andoni. King now been busted open as well. Takes a deep breath as he once again looks to eliminate Shanaz Andoni. Royal flush. And King gonna make it a full sweep. 1, 2, 3. George King has eliminated everyone from this impromptu 5-pack challenge at Regicide. Shreyon, Patch Mondo, Liam Aldridge, and Shanaz Andoni falling at the hands of the returning George King here tonight. But an aura of mystery still surrounding this situation, guys. Was Patch Mondo ever really in any danger of losing his Money in the Bank briefcase tonight? Or was this just some sort of sick test by Kill Koval? If it was, I don't think Patch Mondo aced that test. And up next, guys, it is our co-main event. The CMV European Championship is on the line as we are not that long away from our main event, the Royal Rumble match for the CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. The new era here in CMV will finally begin as Jason Spade is ripped, kicking and screaming if need be, from his throne and knocked back down to the bottom of the mountain where he belongs, and a real, a true champion will take his place. But first, Guri Sukhanov, with his newfound ally Andrew Briggs, challenging Quantum for the CMV European Championship. It was a match between Briggs and Quantum last month where Guri Sukhanov appeared. We hadn't seen him in a dog's age. And he came to the aid of Andrew Briggs, allowing Briggs to defeat Quantum in that non-title match. And Briggs announcing that Guri Sukhanov was going to be coming for that European Championship. It seems that Briggs is sort of taking a step back from the spotlight, adopting a managerial role. And what an alliance this is. Quite a powerful combo. Guri Sukhanov might be the next European champion. Post that original tweet, Soul, and I'll read it. I missed it. But of course, Guri Sukhanov, the 7-foot-tall, 500-pound Russian ogre, a former international champion and Alpha World champion, I don't know how Andrew Briggs struck an alliance with this man, but this might be one of the most dangerous pairings in CMV history. This is a man who throughout his CMV career has only ever been beaten a handful of times, and well, you could probably tell why. We saw him completely obliterate Shanaz Antonio a couple of weeks ago, letting it be known that he has not lost his step. A tweet here, guys, from the new CMV Global Champion, Josh Wolf. He says, "I don't hate you, Justice, but I said I would do it myself, and I did. Get fucked, Schmitty." Josh Wolf reveling in his championship win earlier tonight, but sort of paying respect to Bloody Justice in the process. If anybody can topple the Russian Ogre, it's going to be the CMV European Champion. It's going to be the Future Man. Quantum in his gorgeous flamingo shirt, rising to the occasion. Hey, many men in his shoes probably would back down from a fight like this. Not Quantum, though. Hell, if I were the European champion and I was scheduled to defend my title against Gary Suckin, I would probably just tell him to take it. No thank you. I like my body to be fully intact. Quantum in his khakis, maybe trying to throw some shade at Gary Suckinov, like, I don't even need to be properly dressed to whoop your ass. He just came back from the future where he was on vacation, the beaches of Hawaii. And then he remembered, oh yeah, I've got a title defense at Regicide. Gotta head back real quick, no time to change. Here we go. The CMV European Championship is on the line. The 7-foot-tall, 500-pound Russian Ogre Gary Suckinov challenging the Future Man Quantum. A daunting sight to look across that ring and see that beast staring back at you. Any normal man would be shaking in his loafers right about now. Maybe creating a puddle around his feet, but not Quantum. Look at him mean mugging right back. As Gary Suckinov says, I'm going to take your head off. Quantum tells him, you can try. Stone-faced is the Future Man. Has never backed down from a fight, no matter the odds. Those khakis might stop him from properly hitting the timestamp, though. If you can even hit the timestamp on a man like Gary Suckinov. I don't know if Quantum's got the hops like that. Gary Suckinov, Quantum for the European Championship here at Regicide. Referee rings the bell, and here we go. Quantum jumping right into it with a high knee and knocks Gary Suckinov to the outside. And here comes Andrew Briggs. Keep a close eye on the former undisputed world heavyweight champion. Quantum pulling off that Bannon look here tonight. Maybe we'll see a Phoenix Splash. I don't think Quantum's going to have much luck trying to overpower the Russian Ogre. And Andrew Briggs was just about to take a cheap shot. Quantum quickly back into the ring. Wants no part of that DDT in an early pin. Can Quantum get lucky here? No, not even a 1 count. And here's Andrew Briggs already letting his presence be felt. as he distracts Quantum with some trash talk. That allows Curry to hit a German suplex and a short arm clothesline, turning the European champion inside out, thrown across the ring like a rag doll. Quantum fires back though. Heavy shot, future shock DDT. Let's out a roar as he full mounts lefts and rights, raining down. Trying to break open that face. Into the midsection, DDT by Quantum. Continuing to target the head of Guri Sukhanov. Soften him up for the 24th punch. Maybe the bro kick, if he's brave enough to try it. And what's Andrew Briggs doing, guys? Briggs is skulking around at ringside. He just threw in a steel chair. Referee Murphy has not noticed it. Now he's distracting the referee, and it looks like Guri's going to utilize the steel chair. Oh, the referee didn't see it. He was busy fixing that top turnbuckle that Andrew Briggs was playing with. And an illegal chair shot by Guri Sukhanov, as if he needs to use those underhanded tactics. But look at that, Quantum coming right back at him with a timestamp. And a Hadouken! Oh! But Guri, it doesn't even seem to faze him, guys. That had no effect on Guri Sukhanov, who hits that rope rebound sit out power bomb, but that's not what's going to do it. Nobody survives the sit out last ride power bomb. Earth shattering. 1, 2. What? Oh. Quantum, I think, is maybe one of the first people ever to kick out of that power bomb. That's a maneuver you're lucky if it doesn't put you right through the goddamn canvas, and Quantum is freaking kicked out of it. Clothesline now and again. Trying to turn this match around. Snap power slam. The strength of Quantum to throw around the 500-pounder. Another bro kick. This time gets sidestepped. Turn around and another German suplex. And this beast of a man lets out a mighty roar. Body block in the corner would squash Quantum like a bug, and he knows it. The khaki shot. Knee right up under the chin. This is what Quantum's got to do. Work on Guri Sukhanov while he's grounded. Try and keep him grounded. That's the only way you'll beat a man the size of Guri Sukhanov. You let him get to his feet like this, he'll throw around that power of his. She grabbed him by the head. The freaking head. He just threw him into the corner. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Deadlift. Back suplex. Quantum being manhandled. Able to counter that belly-to-belly suplex attempt with a headbutt. And there's a heart punch. And if Guri had a heart, that may have had an effect. Quantum trying to stop Guri in the corner. Guri doing his best to stop that from happening, but able to break through. What is the European champion going for here? A modified tequila sunrise utilizing an arm bar. Maybe he can force a submission out of Sukhanov. Unlikely though. Guri able to escape. Counters that clothesline with a drop toe hold. And dear God almighty, 500 pounds across the back of Quantum's head. 1, 2. Quantum lying in wait. Able to sweep the legs of the 500-pounder. There's the timestamp again, busting Guri open. Quantum hooks that tree trunk of a leg. Able to retain against the odds. Somehow, someway, Quantum just toppled the 7-foot-tall, 500-pound Guri Sukhanov. Immeasurable odds, but Quantum in his khakis getting the job done. All right, my lovelies, are you ready? It is time for our main event. But first, I have to take another bathroom break, let my dogs out match. So it's probably going to be like 5 minutes. So if you need to use the bathroom or get a snack or anything, you should probably go now before we dive into our main event, baby. It's Rumble time. BRB.
Mama Mavis, oh, mama, they try my patience. Is gone, who is left to save us? We mourn, I'm praying for my neighbors. They say the devil's at work and is calling favors. You say I'm dangerous, I speak for the nameless. I fly with the vultures, I be with them bangers. If change don't come, then the change won't come. If the bands make them dance, then the rain gon' come.
Am I passing to the light? Look into your eyes. All the world is out of your head. You got to die a little if you want to live. Change come to pass. You best be ready for it.
Something out the country fears about to change its bone. Yeah, it's a shift in time, but I won't get tired at all.
All right, my friends, it is time. It is main event time here at Regicide. Man, what a night it has already been. Whole lot of shocks, surprises, maybe one of the quickest matches in CMV history. New champions crowned, but it all comes down to this. The CMV Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship will be decided in the Royal Rumble match. 30 of Supremacy's best superstars, of course excluding Jason Spade. This is it. Our final moments having to deal with that creature of the night, that disgrace, that disrespectful little miscreant as champion. We will finally have a champion that will help us to bring CMV into a new era, right? The next chapter, and God willing, it'll be Ace Reeves. But at this point, one is better than Jason Spade. And he says he'll take on anyone and everyone. Well, I'm giving him that opportunity. He wants everyone. He'll get everyone. Much like the Women's Battle Royal at the top of tonight's show, the rules are fairly simple to follow. You can only be eliminated by getting tossed over the top rope with both of your feet hitting the floor. There are no pins, there's no submissions, no countouts, no disqualifications. The first two superstars start, and after that, every few seconds, another superstar will enter. And look who is drawn number one. Oh my God. Look at the size of Danger Cat. He's gotten even bigger. How is he still fitting into that outfit? How is that thing not tearing at the seams? How is it possible to gain this much weight in this short amount of time? He's got to be like 100 pounds bigger than he was in Tokyo, Japan. He's really taking this split with Golden Cat harshly. Los Finos Vitales are no more, but Danger Cat's fupa has grown exponentially. And he's starting at number one. Did you see the way he was going down the ramp, man? He was chugging. It was an effort to walk down that ramp and get in the ring. Let's see who he's going to be starting this match off against. Who drew number two? Wait a second. Is that? Yes, it is. Ryan Kent is back. And classically, he has drawn number two in the Royal Rumble. Quite apropos, Ryan Kent twice before in his CMV career has entered the Royal Rumble match at number two. The fire starter, the most decorated champion in CMV history. a former Money in the Bank winner, undisputed world heavyweight champion, United States champion, light heavyweight champion, Anarchy champion, Alpha world champion, tag team champion, trios champion. This man has done it all. But he has never won a Royal Rumble match. Ryan Kent is back. I can't even remember the last time we saw this man. He's kicking things off opposite Dangerously Obese. I don't think we're going to see him jumping around the ring as usual. Something's got to give, man. Look, I understand Golden Cat having to go his own way. Danger Cat, he's let this obsession with food completely consume him, no pun intended. It cost them that fatal four-way tag team ladder match at Battle Scars. It cost them the tag team cup in Tokyo, Japan. And Golden Cat doesn't want to stand by and watch his friend kill himself, eat himself to death. Golden Cat's done all he can. But now on his own, it doesn't seem like things are really getting any better for Danger Cat. Stomp misses, knife edge chop from Dangerously Obese. And here comes number 3. Who's it gonna be? Entering the Royal Rumble match for the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. It's one half of Project Psycho, who are still the Unified World Tag Team Champions. Well, at least Jordan Nicholson's going to get some action tonight because, of course, earlier tonight, he never even got tagged in. Hunter Quinn made... Oh, and there goes Ryan Kent, eliminated by Dangerously Obese. Well, that was an unfortunate return. Great to see Ryan Kent nonetheless, though, even though it was short-lived. But as I was saying, Hunter Quinn tapped out Scott Cannon in less than 2 minutes. It's been a great night so far for Project Cycle. Let's see if they can maybe take home the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship as well. Jordan Nicholson going to have to go post to post, though, if he hopes to get that done. Oh, and Dangerously Obese next on the chopping block. One half of the former Los Vinos Fatales eliminated as Jordan Nicholson now awaits number 4. Oh, it's going to be Caleb Reed, the man who has taken over the Angel. We found out, of course, that descendants that underneath the mask all along was John Reed. But his brother Caleb jumped him from behind, returning, taking his mask, and exposing John Reed to the world. John Reed been hounding his brother Caleb for over a month now, trying to track him down. Well, now he knows exactly where he is, here in the Royal Rumble match. We know that John Reed is a part of this one. Uh-oh, Jordan Nicholson up against the ropes, sent flying back towards the center of the ring. Just as I talked about earlier tonight during the Women's Battle Royal, this is all about endurance, and especially when you enter at an early number like these two men. If your cardio is not in check, you are not going to last long. Who's going to be number 5, guys? Number 5 is a former Royal Rumble winner, a man who has main evented numerous ascendances. The 5-time Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Hayden, entering the Royal Rumble match at number 5. European uppercut immediately to Caleb Reed. Now goes after Jordan Nicholson. Hayden definitely going to be a big threat in this match. Going to have a target on his back. He knows what it takes to win a match like this. Although the Royal Rumble match he won, he entered pretty late. I think he was maybe 25 or 26. This is definitely the polar opposite, entering at number 5. But if anyone can do it, it's definitely going to be the Hall of Famer, Hayden. Jordan Nicholson in trouble here in the corner as Hayden comes up from behind on Caleb Reed. He and Jordan Nicholson going to work together. I wonder how Hunter Quinn feels about that. Ooh, double jumping cutter. And Caleb Reed wisely rolling under that bottom rope. And who's going to be number 6, Harvey Hastings, the former Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Guys, we haven't seen him since his return match a few weeks ago alongside his son. They lost that tag team match. El Mascarillas, and we weren't sure Harvey Hastings was going to have the courage to lace up his boots again, but here he is. Can't pass up on an opportunity like this to become undisputed world heavyweight champion once again. Forearm smash, courtesy of Jordan Nicholson. Harvey Hastings, who spent the past year living in the back of a van after being retired by his son at Ascendant 7, but his son tracked him down, brought him back. Harvey's just not sure if he has what it takes, though, to cut it. I guess we'll find out here in the Royal Rumble match. It's going to be a true test. And here we have two former world champions going at it now. Against the ropes, Hayden, not the place to be. Harvey Hastings. Got him teetering, number 7 on his way to the ring. And it's going to be the other half of Project Psycho, a man who made history earlier tonight, the shortest tag team match in CMV history, tapping out Scott Cannon with the quickness to retain the Unified World Tag Team titles, and he immediately super kicks Hayden the hell out of here. That's one elimination for Hunter Quinn. Not even 10 seconds into the match, he just took out a former Royal Rumble winner. Will we see Project Psycho try and work together here tonight? In the women's battle royal, we saw Party Hardcore work together. But of course, at the end of the day, it's every man for himself. I think Hunter Quinn and Jordan Nicholson both understand that, though. Harvey Hastings got to be careful. I think he was trying to go to the top rope there. That's a dangerous attempt, though, in a match like this. And here you see Project Psycho going after each other. No punches held back. These guys are best friends, but if one of them is going to lead tonight as world champion... Oh, hang on a second, the ring! It's DRH! DRH is back! The former COG champion, we haven't seen him in well over a year. He's looking good as he enters the Royal Rumble match, and it's right after Harvey Hastings. And he's going to eliminate the former undisputed world heavyweight champion. An immediate big elimination for DRH. And of course, DRH knows Jason Spade very well, the man who's defending his undisputed world heavyweight championship in this match. Jason Spade, who took the Zero-G championship from DRH. Maybe tonight DRH will take the undisputed championship from Jason Spade. Hunter Quinn. Oh man, just blew out the lungs of Caleb Reed with that powerbomb right down onto the knees. Caleb Reed has been in the match the longest now, maybe not for much longer though. There he goes, sent back by Hunter Quinn. Now 2 eliminations for Quinn. Number 9. Went off a big Thompson a couple of weeks ago. Jaden Shadow packing some momentum with him as he enters at number 9. And once again, we see Project Psycho going after each other. The very definition of every man for himself. The Unified World Tag Team title, Unified World Tag Team Champions, excuse me, are throwing hands. And no other friendships really have a chance of lasting in a match of this caliber. Who's going to be number 10, 1/3 the way through this Royal Rumble match? Jason Spade, the defending champion, has yet to enter. Wouldn't be surprised if he rigged the system to somehow get a later number. We know that's not beyond him at this point. What he's done in recent weeks. Oh, and number 10, guys, going to be one of Tailcoat Val's many puppets in this match. Subject Zero enters. And number 10, guys, and actually, I'm going to have to head off the commentary for a second. If you don't mind. Excuse me. Oh. Whew. That felt good. Did you see that? That's how you perform in a Royal Rumble match. Oh. I'd like to see Jason Spade top that. You know what? I won't hold anything against Rossi. I got to put my hands on that punk Chris Adams. I got to beat up Mystery Mask III. And I think I may have just set a new record for longest time in a Royal Rumble match. Let's see how Jason Spade does. Bleeding a little bit. Whew. That was a sweat. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. I even got an elimination. Maybe I actually have a career as a CMV superstar. I don't know. Ah, that felt good. But we are winding down now, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Jay Young eliminated by the returning Randy Orton. He beat me up a little bit, but you know what? It's the Royal Rumble match. I'm not going to hold any grudges against anybody who put hands on me, you know? It's the name of the game. I knew what I was getting into. We are getting late into this one now, though, my friends. As number 24 is going to be Joseph Santos, whose tag team partner eliminated me. Jason Spade has still yet to enter. Somebody's pockets have definitely been padded here tonight. No doubt about that. I highly doubt that Jason Spade just got the luck of the draw here tonight at Regicide, as Cam Harris puts Orton into the corner. And Orton eliminated. Great return for the Milkman. But he's sent packing by the current favorite to win this whole damn thing, baby. The current Zero-G champion, the Sin City Savior, Cam Harris. Cam Harris locking up now with Joseph Santos as Nelson Rude lies under the bottom rope. Of course, his boys earlier tonight failing spectacularly to capture the Unified World Tag Team titles. And he's coming off his loss of the Internet Championship. Oh, here we go. Number 25, ladies and gentlemen, take a good, long, hard look at Jason Spade. This is the last time he enters a match as the Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, Jason Spade. You better be ready. This is your swan song, Jason Spade. And honestly, you're just lucky I got eliminated before you entered the match. Because I've been waiting to put my hands on you, punk. But that's going to be someone else's job here tonight. Let's watch Jason Spade get eliminated in 10 seconds. He'll be outclassed by me. And who's going to be number 26? Joseph Santos unable to eliminate Cam Harris. Number 26, another one of Tailcoat Val's subjects. BG Nelson Rude gets eliminated at the hands of Jason Spade. Well, I guess now him and I are tied in elimination. Oh, and there's a jackpot for a Spade, courtesy of Cam Harris, the man that Jason Spade stabbed in the back. One of many, mind you. One of the men who lent a hand to Jason Spade offered help, and you know what Spade did? Spit in his face. Because Spade doesn't care about anyone but himself. Brett Angel taking it to Joseph Santos in the corner as Cam Harris forces the CMV Universe here in attendance to bask in his glory. Brett Angel going to take a cheap shot. Come on now. The clock is ticking, winding down. Jason Spade cherishes his last few minutes with the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. Cam Harris teetering. I think Jason Spade may have greased his hands. Cam Harris, come on, hang on. No! Jason Spade eliminates Cam Harris, that scum, that swine. You've really done it now, Spade. Jason Spade had Cam Harris attacked backstage by Paul Devine earlier this week on Supremacy, and now he has the balls to eliminate him from the Royal Rumble here. That son of a bitch. Maybe Cameron Cray will be the one to take him out of here. The East End Evil has said all along that I should have picked him to go after Spade and take the title from him. Maybe he was right. Maybe Cameron Cray was right all along. Joseph Santos taking Brett Angel up against the ropes. And Jason Spade really has the moxie to stand on that turnbuckle and act like he's the king. You're the king of nothing. You're the king of piss, Jason Spade. And after tonight, you'll be... Wait a minute! Number 28! No, it can't be. It is TZ Mass! TZ Mass, the British Bulldozer, is back! We haven't seen him in nearly a year. The former NGW champion. And he's going right after Spade. TZ makes his long-awaited return, and perhaps he will bring us salvation. Yes! Jason Spade has been eliminated. We are guaranteed a new, undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Praise be. It has happened, ladies and gentlemen. It is over. TZ Mass has truly blessed us on this night. That's right, Spade. Head to the back. Go pack your things and get the hell out of here. You're no longer champion. Entering at 29-29. And here we see the field. Brett Angel, Joseph Santos, who's been in the longest, the returning TZ Mass, who eliminated Jason Spade. I could get in that ring and kiss TZ Mass right now. Cameron Cray and Ace Reeves. With one man left to enter at number 30. Oh my God, I am on the moon right now. It's really happened. Guys, Jason Spade is no longer undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. And number 30, it's the brand new international champion. It's our great senator, God bless America. What luck for Shea Hodgson entering at number 30. And look at that ring right now. 6 of the best on Supremacy. Joseph Santos, Ace Reeves, TZ Mass, Brett Angel, Senator Shea Hodgson, and Cameron Cray. One of these men is going to be the next undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Where's the champagne? We need to pop off right now. Oh, and there goes Santos, eliminated by TZ Mass. And then there were 5. Cameron Cray trying to wake himself up there in the corner, headbutting the top turnbuckle. It pains me to see two of my favorites going at it. There goes Brett Angel, now eliminated, guys, and then there were four. One of them will be our next undisputed world heavyweight champion. Hoxton has already had a phenomenal night here at Regicide, beating Pierre Thompson earlier to become a three-time international champion. But now he has the chance entering at number 30. What good luck for the Senator. And you can't say he doesn't deserve it. And Ace Reeves entering at number 29. Man, there's a whole lot of luck going around right now. Mass might have Cameron Cray dead to rights here in the corner, but Cray is still fighting. Any one of these four men, I would be proud to call undisputed world heavyweight champion. Of course, Ace Reeves and Shea Hoxton, man, they have the better odds. No doubt, everyone in this arena is cheering for them, but hey, TZ Mass and Cameron Cray, much better than Jason Spade on any given day. Light years better than Jason Spade. Hell, a rock on the side of the road would be better than Jason Spade. TZ Mass in trouble, as is Shea Hoxton. TZ Mass, what a return. He eliminated Jason Spade, took out Joseph Santos. His first appearance in a year. See, these four superstars, they exemplify what a champion should be. They have respect. They have class. They can carry a show. Imagine Senator Shea Hoxton, the undisputed world heavyweight champion. It's got a ring to it, doesn't it? He's looking to take out the British Bulldozer, and he does! TZ Mass, I can't thank you enough. You are forever a hero in my book for eliminating Jason Spade, but unfortunately, you are not going to be leaving Regicide with the undisputed world heavyweight championship. And now Cray and Hoxton going to try to work together. Ace, hang on! No! Ace Reeves is eliminated! But here we go. This is it. The final two. Cameron Cray and Senator Shea Hoxton. One of these two men will be the new undisputed world heavyweight champion. Not a lucky night for Ace Reeves, but he'll get him next time. I gotta give Craig credit. He said all along that he was the one to take the title from Jason Spade. I didn't believe him, but maybe he'll prove me wrong here tonight. But first, he's got to get past Shea Hoxton. Cray taking Hoxton up against the ropes, lining up his shot. Hoxton is teetering. The Senator of the great state of Nevada hangs on, though, still on the apron, as tight as he can, but Cray is pushing with all of his might. Hoxton able to hammer away at his knee, gets himself back into the ring. Hoxton swings him around. Could be a 21. No! Sit out powerbomb. Quick stop, moves out of the way, spinning soul kick, kick up under the knee by Cameron Cray. Discus forearm smash, but Hoxton was quicker. Cheeky little jab there. Another forearm smash, knocking Cameron Cray for a loop. Trapped in the corner. Hoxton eliminates Cray. Hoxton is our new CMV undisputed world heavyweight champion. Hallelujah. Praise be. We have an undisputed world heavyweight champion to be proud of. God bless America. What a night for Shea Hoxton, the new international champion and the new undisputed world heavyweight champion. Oh, that's a sight that brings a tear to my eye. What a night that will be remembered forever. The night that Jason Spade fell and Shea Hoxton rose up.